Hobo's got his back also light. Hooker's heels click in the night. Police chief checks his badge alright. Crazy times in their small sight. Broken thinking pizza fight. Laughing till the morning light. Every day's a brand new fight. Neighborhood they just ignite. Adventures never end here. Three lives blended so near. Laughing, crying, oh dear. Crazy days are so clear. Hobo's sharing wisdom wide. Hooker's got a heart inside. She's just along for the ride. Their wild lives they don't hide. Rooftop dancing in the rain. Catching dreams to spark the pain. Life's joy hard to contain. Together they leave a stain. Neighbors shaking heads aghast at these friends having a blast. Every day a new forecast. Crazy days are built to last. Master trust sails the unknown seas with the polar bow where he aims to please. Paradise waits in the Arctic chill. He's got a mission, got a thrill. A land untouched by time so far. He sees the beast under the polar star. The dinosaur in paradise below. The last of its kind, it's a show. He's after the last dinosaur in the land no one's seen before. With a heart full of steel and a will so bold. Last of its kind, it's a show. He's after the last dinosaur in the land no one's seen before. With a heart full of steel and a will so bold. He's facing the stories untold. Mountains of ice and a sea of snow. Master's ready, he's good to go. In this frigid world he'll take a stand to slay the beast in a frozen land. Ancient echoes in the cold night air. A primal scream calls out, they stare. Thrust faces the creature with resolve. In the ice where time can dissolve. Dinosaur roaring in the frozen sky. Master knows it's do or die. A clash of wills, a battle of fate. In the Arctic's cradle they await. Dinosaur roaring in the frozen sky. Master knows it's do or die. A clash of wills, a battle of fate. In the Arctic's cradle they await.
You're listening to FFOP Radio.
Reach the
welcome to the show. My name is Dave. This is FFOP Radio, and, welcome to it. I said that earlier, but, twice as nice, too. We're doing something a little bit different than our usual Friday affair. I couldn't find anything that was sufficiently, piquing my interest for, a true crime thing, or that isn't also super long that I'm going to have to, dedicate a big chunk of time to. So, we're, taking a hard left back into Wednesday's territory. But first, let me introduce my co-host and producer. Krista is over there off camera.
Hi.
So here we are. Now, I've got a couple of things to show you guys. So first of all, it's a McDonald's footage. This is all coming from Just Training videos. Please show them some love by giving them a subscribe, because that's where they get, what a comprehensive collection, number one. Number two, I didn't realize that this existed, because the first training video we're going to go over is how to be a hostess at
At a McDonald's?
Yeah. Didn't know that was a thing.
No.
I was scrubbing through a little bit. They looked like they dressed like stewardesses from the 1950s.
Oh, maybe they bring you condiments to your table or something if you didn't get them.
Well, a hostess does what? Hey, there's the line, there's the tables, you get your food. What is happening, Tony? Welcome to the show.
Hi.
So I don't know what I know what a concierge does. I don't know what a hostess and even at a regular restaurant, the hostess will, she'll tell you to stand over there.
She takes care of the table. She picks the tables for you and
she gets
the
a little
buzzers.
walkie-talkie and says,
Yeah.
a party for, no, they're going to table 4, and you're gone. But what are you doing at McDonald's, right? You just go, are you a Walmart greeter essentially? We'll find out together, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
The second one is a little bit more esoteric and possibly racist,
Oh, good.
but in probably a mild and a boring, obnoxious way. Because it's going to be from Software, etc., and it's 1,001 Nights of Software, some stupid thing. I don't know. The thumbnail looked funny, so I said, let's do that as well. So let me get this nice and big for you. Now let's all learn how to become a hostess at a McDonald's near you.
Hostessing at McDonald's.
You probably have a lot of questions like, what the hell is that? This is Pam. I already was introduced.
Hello, Pam.
Hi, my name is Pam, and I'm a crew member at McDonald's. I've got a new job that I'd like to tell you about. It all started, I guess, about 2 weeks ago. I was working mornings, and I overheard...
Oh, just getting back from lunch, says Matt. What'd you have? Chinese food? Pepper steak? I cook a little different. I mean, I understand why you chose that over McDonald's, but, maybe bring some for the rest of the class next time.
Paul, our store manager, talking with Karen, our hostess, about a new job.
We could really use a weekend host or hostess, Karen.
I agree with you completely. I'll check around and see who's interested.
Great.
Host or hostess, Karen. I agree completely. Excelsior. And hello, number one, all these people are insanely clean for being fast food workers.
And in an office.
Yeah, here's the thing.
And a sink.
Why is the manager sitting this close to an industrial sink? What's happening?
Great.
There was something about the
fine.
job that interested me.
I would just raise
so
my
I talked
hand
to
right
Paul,
there.
and he told me exactly what I'd be doing.
Thanks.
Just really quick. They all sat down to some senior coffees. That's fine. That's fine. But look at this dude's arms. Opt into the long sleeves, my dude. Or at least tailor the short sleeves so it doesn't look like you've got toothpick arms inside of, your daddy's shirt. And P.S., a white collar, dude?
Yeah, that looks kind of weird.
Don't go white collar if you have no cuffs to match, you piece of whatever. Maybe it's McDonald's policy. She's trying to get some dirt. That's why they put the sink right next to the manager's.
The hand washing sink.
It's not even a cubicle. It's a built-in shelf that he has
That's the only way to make sure they wash their hands.
What, the managers?
Yeah, is to have the workers wash their hands there.
No, that's insane.
What the job entailed, and we decided I'd start training.
Which is...
Karen was my trainer, and
good.
she was
Right.
great. We studied the videotapes
The
together,
end.
followed the SOC step by step.
Followed the esoteric order of Dagon and sacrificed a baby to the fish gods.
And she pointed out the important hostess sections of the sales building
can't wait to
manual
find
That's
for
a
me
whole
to read.
page.
It was great. I learned how
would you like more
important the
senior
host or
coffee?
hostess is to our restaurant,
We've not been burning genitals since 1994.
and how
like a
solid
busboy
customer
thing.
relations QSC and McDonald's
your
basic
McDonald's?
in-store programs can have a
Basic instinct. But this is all stuff that like you don't. I don't remember ever this having happened to me. Like at mid-tier, like Texas Roadhouse or whatever, you'll have a manager come around and be like, "Hey, I'm a manager."
Well, that's a restaurant.
Yeah, like no one made like some of the crazier ones do it, like Whataburger or like In-N-Out will do it.
What's the one we go to? Carl's Jr. does that sometimes.
Sometimes, but not often. Like it. But that's the thing. It always speaks to like the upper echelon of stuff, whereas like McDonald's, I've never felt like I was above anyone, even like the bugs that are eating the food before me.
No.
a big impact on sales. I guess more than anything, I learned that hosting at McDonald's is a lot more than just a smile.
It's a lot less annoying than running a cash register, I imagine.
I learned that my job as a hostess is to be genuinely concerned for the comfort of our customers.
You look like you needed a single napkin, old man. Oh, I did. Thank you. What is this, a roadmap?
Whether that means greeting them by name, directing them to an open key station for quicker service, or helping families with high chairs. I learned that my job is to be on the watch for
Yeah, sometimes a breakfast for two is a four-man job. That's why they send in sometimes 6, 8, 10 hostesses and hosts. I mean, we haven't seen a host yet. They've all been hostesses. But I imagine a man will get in there someday,
God willing.
QSC to make sure that our customers are getting the best quality, service, and cleanliness that we can deliver. I learned how to do a travel path, which is a walk around the restaurant.
Yo, don't they look like as if really quick, this may be a reference to nobody, but it's like if Vash the Stampede opened a burger joint, right guys? Vash the Stampede?
Every 15 minutes to check QSC
Bueller?
and to make sure our guests are comfortable and getting what we promised them in our commercials.
Did you get the fries?
I
we
also
promised
learned
you?
how I could help build sales by putting up the POP correctly and on time, by doing fun birthday parties, and by conducting interesting group tours and mini tours.
What? Who, like,
Field trip.
who is taking their class to the equivalent of the box factory, right? Like, hey kids, make sure you get your permission slip signed by the 14th, because on the 16th, we're touring a McDonald's. Anyone?
And I learned about other sales builders like Hamburger Days and Dial M. Karen
Dial M for burger?
taught me to make sure every child gets a free premium, even kids in cars at the drive-thru. And I learned how to handle customer complaints by using the 7-step
These fries
approach.
are cold.
My boy's a box. Yeah, this guy is his kid's now a small fry. My kid's a fry.
I know, it seems like a lot to remember, but let me start from the beginning. Paul started my training by just talking to me about the job.
Really glad to hear that you were
Karen was
interested in
there
this
too.
job. The hostess has a very
To
important
make sure that what's his name doesn't whip out his genitalia.
job in this restaurant.
She does?
Because your job is to make every customer feel like a guest, to make each one of them feel welcome and completely comfortable in our dining room. If our customers have a great experience at our restaurant, then they'll come back more often, and that can increase.
What I want to happen that will never will, like unless I direct and shoot this video, is like change literally nothing except to just have like a lady with big poofy 80s hair to be like, excuse me, where's the ketchup dispenser, for him to just go like, God damn it, lady, don't you see I'm in the middle of an interview? And like she cries and runs out the door. I mean, that obviously, it kept playing in my head. I had to tell you about it because you were probably thinking it too.
Increase sales.
Good customer relations can really impact sales.
And Karen will tell you specifically how to do that. But there's another aspect to this job that's just as important. The hostess is my
Yeah,
eyes and
good
ears
call.
for QSC
I'd say he looks a little bit more topically like Bronson Pinchot.
and S.
QSC and S?
Quality, service, cleanliness, and sales.
Sucking it. Oh,
Sales.
That's right. You see, Pam, the hostess has the best vantage point in the restaurant for discovering all kinds of opportunities
don't
for
get
enhancing our
commission,
QSC&S. And a real important part of the job is keeping me informed on what you discover.
I understand how I'm to be the eyes and ears for QSC, but how do I keep a lookout for sales?
As a hostess, you'll be meeting a lot of people every day. getting to know their names and faces. And that puts you in a unique position to let them know about the other services
Do you
McDonald's
want
offers.
a large coffee instead of your typical small fill?
And to watch their waistline grow over the weeks. Like, the same people coming in every day. Like, oh my God. I would go in once a week and I would feel like, ugh.
Birthday parties, or store tours for groups, or mini tours for families.
Or loaning the Orange Bowl to a community group.
Or Dial M, which lets customers with large orders call them in ahead of time.
Or hamburger days where we cater McDonald's food to large groups, like a PTA meeting.
And that helps to build sales.
That's right. You still interested?
More than ever.
No!
Do I get a commission for this? No?
Like,
I'll just go baback to making fries,
it
thanks.
just sounds like you're just answering the questions that people already have. Like, what? I don't. This is confusing, and her willingness to do the confusing things is even more confusing because I'm full of questions.
More than ever. There's a lot more to this job than I thought.
Well, then here's the SOC.
Do I
Let's
get
get
a
you
raise?
scheduled to start training with Karen.
I can't wait. Karen, we've watched the video. We've gone over the SOC.
I'm quitting.
But I'm
Now what?
still not sure how to do all these things.
All right. Yeah. Imagine going to a PTA meeting and they go, hey, good news. We got double quarter pounders with cheese for everybody.
Yay.
That's where I come.
Imagine the smell of that room. Oh my God. Like, it's one thing when, like, fast food is fresh. It still smells a little bit like food and carries that pleasant aroma. But by the time you make 25 or 30 cheeseburgers and pack them off to, like, a room full of, like, angry, sweaty adults, like, just take, with your mind's nose, take a whiff of that situation.
I come in, Pam. First, before we do anything,
Wash your hands.
sanitation for the hostess is just as important as
Standard protocol. Wash them before, wash them during, and wash them after.
for the rest of the crew. So wash your hands frequently.
That paper towel she is using, though, is as dry as Amy Day's Kleenex.
Yeah.
Dry as hell. These
With the
are great paper
antimicrobial
towels.
hand wash.
Okay.
This might sound silly, but smile. No matter how tired you might be, it's part of the job. And believe it or not,
Do you want that
I'm
$4.18 an hour, Pam? You're going to plaster on a fake smile.
it'll make you feel better. And it makes other people feel better, too. Now, I can't
Unless they
exactly
think it's fake,
tell
and then
you
it's
how to
weird.
make our guests feel welcome, but I can show you.
I usually say, welcome to McDonald's, and that does most of
We're
the work.
responsible for maintaining the coffee corner. Keep it well stocked with fresh coffee. And remember to observe the half-hour holding time. And keep the corner neat as a pin. Be sure to have condiments readily available. And keep your eyes
For those people who like extra ketchup in their coffee.
Yeah.
and ears open for the guest's needs. Sometimes you'll see a customer who looks like
That bitch.
that woman over there.
Yep, I knew it. Hey, pink bitch, did you leave the fork? You need something to eat that with? Let me help you out here. I mean, sometimes idiots drop their forks, but you look like you never even had one.
Ma'am, can I get something for you?
Oh, yes, I could use a little bit of cream.
Oh, we'll get one for you right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It takes two of you? What's going on
Keep
here?
your eyes and ears open.
To the needs of the customer.
One cream it is. Here you go, bitch. Like, what? You're going to come back with one?
Your feelings
Part
do
of good
matter.
customer relations is getting to know the regular customers personally.
Profits
And the
make us
bigger your
happy.
smile, the more people will buy chicken nuggets, right? Ketchup, right? Someone should be there to help her with that problem. I hope Karen covers that because it wasn't on this video.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, they
don't
watched
forget to
the
give a warm
video
hello
already,
every
so we
chance you
didn't
get.
see what was on the video.
Hey, good morning, Mr. Simpson.
Morning,
How
Karen.
are you?
Oh my God, that's OJ's dad. Nordberg.
Thank you.
Would you like a warm-up? Oh, yes, I would.
Mwah.
Yes, I would.
Would you
Oh my
like a
God.
section of the paper, Mr. Lasky?
What?
For a second, I don't.
How about the sports section?
You can have it.
Oh, thanks.
He looked so familiar for a second, like a little turtle guy sniffing his coffee, and then he like grew into a full-blown human when he found out there was a newspaper coming. Looked like the master of disguise for a second. He, like, we just saw him graduate from the Turtle Club, IRL.
Keep a sharp eye out for any way you can help the
Older
customers.
juice?
Like now, for example. Can we help you?
Thanks.
Oh,
I appreciate it.
No problem, sir. That's what we're here for. Hi, how are you this morning?
I'll just put this food on my side and sit down and
Yeah.
eat your dad's food. Hey, what's going? You're my new daughter.
Kids are some of our most important customers, so make sure they have fun.
No, they're literally your most important customers. Because do you guys remember when they set the world on fire with the Arch Deluxe? That super, like, because Carl's Jr. had their $6 burgers, and everybody's like, hey, we don't just serve trash. And that's the thing. Like, as an adult, I would never go to McDonald's because I don't care about the toys anymore. And as a kid, I just wanted the toy. I would gladly throw that food into the trash because I was collecting the Pocahontas complete set.
Give every child a premium, no exceptions. Kids love McDonald's, and we want them to visit us as often as possible.
They were everywhere. Like those pleather or like super like sticky vinyl things. Oh my God. I don't remember ever being in them, but I remember seeing them literally everywhere.
Remember, when the kids come to
Our most
McDonald's,
important
they bring their
customers.
parents
We
too.
get them addicted early.
We
then
always
they're
stock
hooked
free
for
giveaway
life.
premiums
Their
in the
kids and their
restaurant.
kids and so on.
Sometimes they're character rings or other plastic toys. So be sure to have a supply of premiums readily available, as well as special premiums for children under 3 years old.
Okay.
I keep those under the front counter.
Okay.
Right
They
now,
can't read.
we have the latest edition of Fun Times magazine to give away.
Oh my God.
Did you know that Fun
Yeah, it's like highlights, but 20 times shittier.
Times has the
only one
biggest
page.
circulation of any
We
magazine?
tried to get lowlights, but they shut us down. We had to go with Fun Times. God damn. It's like trying to get Kool-Aid, failing at Flavor Aid, and ending up just putting sugar in plain water.
Of its kind.
No, really?
The kids love it.
She's trying to open it, but it's a single page. How
Right.
pathetic. She's like, doesn't it open? It's just a page.
They take it home to play with. It reminds them of the fun times they have at McDonald's.
Is that the latest?
Hot off the presses.
Oh,
Great.
man, I love these things. I collect them all. You work here, dude.
I'm going to do the
Listen,
maze
now don't
so
forget to
good
put a
this
stack
time.
in the drive-thru. Can't forget the kids in the cars. They should get a gift from us, too.
We won't forget, Paul. Excuse me.
Karen?
You're looking
hate you.
hot today, Karen. That apron that buckles up, there's like 900 buttons on the front. I'd like to see 800 of them undone. I knew it.
I love the mazes.
I'm afflicted with arrested
I called
development.
it. Shit. It's like I've seen this before.
That's okay, ma'am. I'll take care of that for you.
Thank you. Thank you very
Just
much.
knocks it out of her hand.
You're welcome. You come back and see us, okay?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Another part of taking care of the kids is the hygiene.
Oh, yeah, if you're in our Discord, Ryan, I remember seeing those too. Like, that's before McDonald's had to basically, because you probably know this, but the Sid and Marty Krofft production like sued the shit out of McDonald's because they essentially just ripped them off wholesale with their giant psychedelic characters, and they all winnowed away. So like by the mid 90s, you don't even see Birdie anymore.
The high chairs. After a customer
just
is
imagine
finished with the high
Homer
chair,
messing up.
make sure it's cleaned and sanitized.
And that's the thing; it's the perfect crime because it's like working at a gas station and like scratching each lottery ticket off the thing because you work there. He's got an unlimited access.
Yep.
It's important to the moms and dads that the high chairs are clean. It lets them know that we really do care about them and their children.
No, we don't really. We like
Paul
their
had
money.
mentioned that I'm to be his eyes and ears for QSC.
That's right.
How exactly do I do that?
The best way to keep track of QSC is by walking your travel path.
And we follow a travel path every 15 minutes.
Right. And our travel path is the same as the manager's. Come on, it's time to do one now.
Well, let's go.
Doesn't it feel a little more complicated than just like being an AI at like a fake mall somewhere?
Yeah.
Like you have to like run around, watch the condiments and the coffee and make sure those islands are always spick and span, but make like a 15-minute like old Bobby Copper in London town beat around the store. And like trying to like hook up people with birthday parties and stuff. This is no wonder they got rid of the job because like who was what?
No. Did any of you ever
always
have
take
your
the
birthday at
same route.
McDonald's? I
I
went
start
to
with
a
the
lot of
parking lot.
parties,
That's
but I was
customer's
never
first
able to
impression.
have my own.
No matter how much Mac and me like tried to push the idea that McDonald's would be an acceptable birthday destination, I never bought it.
Then I check the front counter, the lobby, then the
You didn't
restrooms.
have a birthday party
Shall
at
we?
McDonald's because your parents like you. I don't think I ever had a birthday party not at my house.
Every 15 minutes, take a walk around the building and look at the lot from the customer's point of view. Is there litter lying around? Are the trash bins full? Does the
Take off your hostess apron and put yourself as a customer. Like, working here, obviously the cups and the, McGriddle wrapper, the McGriddle wasn't invented yet, but the Egg McMuffin wrappers everywhere, that's acceptable to us. But what if you were eating here, or at least trying to choke this shit down?
Does the
They
drive-through
landed.
menu board need cleaning? Good morning. If it's something I can take care of, I do. Otherwise, I notify the
Otherwise,
lot
I
and
don't.
lobby person
Yeah.
right away.
We'll leave it. Fuck it.
Yeah, and every McDonald's is imbued with a brass plaque of like Ray Kroc.
Next, I make sure straws and napkins are
Hey,
stocked
we're in
and
December.
that everything is neat.
Normally sledding.
Then I walk through
There
the
you go.
lobby on the lookout for QSC&S. Let's start with quality. We're looking for our customers' reactions to the quality of our products. They'll give us clues.
If someone's
Clues?
barfing in our plants, we know something might be wrong.
If someone dry heaves, then we consider that a win because nothing left their digestive tract and landed on the floor.
Yeah.
Like
good
the
day at
customer who
McDonald's.
doesn't finish their sandwich.
We eat it.
What could be the problem?
Well, it could be a lot of things.
It could be the disgusting food. It could be he ordered too much, or it could be he just came to his senses. I mean, that's a quality that people have, the ability to come to their
Well,
senses.
what if you see another customer who doesn't finish their food? What would that tell you?
Well, there could be a problem with the holding time or the cooking procedures.
What would you do?
I'd tell a manager.
Right.
just
Because
taste
they
gross.
can't be
Manager, 2 people didn't finish their sandwiches.
Go wash your hands, Pam.
What? Pam, get out of my hallway. God damn it, Pam.
be everywhere. So we help maintain top quality. Now, as to how to keep your eyes and ears open to service, I'll give you a big hint.
Honest to God, my childhood McDonald's had a cement footprints from Ronald outside, like the Chinese theater.
Yeah, I went. There was a couple in Arizona that had that too. I imagine you could just order them from the catalog. But look how depressed this guy is. He's about to like lead a pipe from his exhaust hose, or from a hose from his exhaust pipe into the interior of his vehicle.
What if
Try
you
to
find
see
a
the
customer
restaurant through the
overdose who
customer's
soiled
eyes.
themselves on the floor?
Keep looking for opportunities to serve the customer.
I mean, you check the quality of their heroin, because you got to know your dealer first of all.
Right.
And don't just look for the weak points. If you see someone doing a great job, tell the manager.
Way to drink that coffee. Hey, Paul, this guy's drinking a shit ton of coffee. Awesome.
I've given him
If
4
a customer
refills
offers
already.
a compliment,
Should we cut him
pass
off?
it on. You
Dude's
want to report
nailing
the
it
good
on the
thing.
McRib. He ate the whole thing.
Too.
Okay, but what about cleanliness?
Same thing. Keep your eyes open for cleanliness all the time, just like with quality
I also look out for dirtiness, because the cleanliness you'll have to do nothing about. The dirtiness, however, you'll have to do something about.
and service. And jump in when you can to fix a problem. For example, if you see a straw wrapper,
I'd pick it up.
right, a tray left on a table,
Step on it.
I'd pick it up.
a smudge on a window.
I'd wipe
Pick it up. Oh, a homeless man in the alley. I'd pick him up.
it off.
Bring him in, give him a coffee.
Spilled milk?
Pick it
I'd
up.
mop it up. No?
Get the lot and lobby person for the really big problems.
You don't handle that.
You shouldn't cry over spilled milk, but also don't touch it, because that's beyond your capabilities. Wait. So, the straw wrapper,
Cool.
kosher, tray on the table, cool. Smudge on the window, yeah. Small amount of liquid on the floor, pump the goddamn brakes. Unless you have ABS, like in the Chrysler Concorde they put out in 1998. Then you can just press firmly until you come to a complete stop. Because don't you dare try to mop up no milk on my watch.
Ryan and FDO must be on the same wavelength today because they were both going to make the
Yeah,
spilled milk
They're
joke.
both crying over. I was going to, but I knew someone would, and little did I know.
Nobody did.
It was an echo.
We're pouring coffee, getting condiments, helping people with their trays. We're
What if I pour coffee onto the floor accidentally? Stop, drop, roll through the coffee.
very visible, so
get the other guy
fix
to
what you
clean
can
it.
immediately. But the larger problem should be brought to the attention of the lot and lobby person, or a really big problem, to the attention of the manager.
This
Now,
is a huge problem.
what if you saw a full trash bin?
I'd get the lot and lobby person.
Exactly.
No, you can empty
Okay.
that yourself.
So that's the thing I don't understand. What qualities do these lot and lobby
They're
people
just
need?
janitors.
I know who they are. I'm just confused by because here's the thing. At certain points, like if you're hanging something on your wall, there'll be anchors that go up in weight as they were designed. But being a lot and lobby person, it seems like as little as a few drops can trigger like the robot from The Fifth Element who comes and cleans up Gary Oldman's broken glass, right? Like how is milk too big a job is my thing. I just don't get it. Big means like, especially if you're just humping trash. Big. Spilled milk. People are crying over it in the comments.
This is a dumb question, but you said the travel path includes checking the restrooms. How do I check the men's room?
That's
Hello, any perverts?
not a dumb question. First, give a loud knock on the door, then another knock, and say hello.
Please.
Housekeeping.
All's clear, prop the door open. If there is a problem, such as water on the floor, get the lot and lobby person. Most customers would rather wait a minute to have the restrooms cleaned than to walk into a messy one. Okay?
I mean, unless they're really in need, you know what I mean?
So,
I'm not going to see you inside the bathrooms?
that's the travel path.
Right.
Dude, John
It's
Kelly
ongoing.
stops by.
Every 15 minutes throughout your shift.
You leave him alone. He just came to get something to eat. You know, maybe
Hungry.
point out that his shoes are untied so he doesn't hurt himself, but he just came here to get something to eat, okay? I've been on YouTube for over 25 years, and seldom do I have so many words to explain how I am left speechless, John Kennelly. I gotta get something to eat.
Shift. And don't forget to wash your hands with the antimicrobial hand wash.
So what we're really doing is watching carefully and looking for opportunities to
And
help
bothering
someone
people.
or fix something.
Why does it just boils down to that most of these, especially fast food training videos, are just getting humans up to speed with their five senses, right?
Yeah.
It's like every time we watch something like this and they go, well, how do I do that? Look at it, stupid. Listen for things, like interact with humans on an interpersonal level, like use communication. Like if you see something,
Say something.
react to it. If something like a stimulus comes across your brain and it processes it, feel free to react to it, right? Go for it. The sun is shining, warm your arms up by it or something. Like, what are we doing here? So I learned how to look and I learned how to listen. But now what do I do? Do your job, I guess.
Very good. Okay, let's
Even
talk
horse kick head injury.
Right. I mean, everybody's got their, everybody on planet Earth can say, at least I'm better than, and that better than is John Kennelly. And thank God horse kick head dad is right there above him, too.
about sales building. Look across the restaurant, Pam. Sales starts with all the point of purchase materials.
Oh, you mean POP?
Just really quick, because this bothered me. This looks exactly like a Wendy's menu
Yeah.
of the time. Like whatever, everything is now a giant LCD screen and shot in 4K. So like the burgers feel like they're coming at you, a la Back to the Future 2 with a shark. But like this, the color scheme, the wood and everything, like I'm expecting to see like Wendy's head pop out from there. They're going to sell those Paddington bears or whatever they were called. They were Paddington bears, but they had some bear family and reindeers around the holidays.
Yeah.
POP like the translights.
John Kennedy.
Exactly. We share the responsibility of seeing that all the POP goes up on time. Like counter mats, tray liners,
We'll toss your salad fresh all day.
Yes.
At McDonald's.
and banners.
They had to drop that slogan.
And of course the trans lights for the inside menu board and the drive-through. They bring special attention
Firskins, thank you. That was going to drive me crazy.
to featured items. It's real important to have the POP up on time and displayed properly so that we'll be coordinated with the TV and radio advertising. Paul has all the POP posting dates in his log, and I note that schedule in my calendar.
God forbid someone walking off the street after seeing a commercial for a salad on the TV, hearing a commercial for a salad on the radio, but not seeing a sticky placemat on the counter saying to eat a fucking salad or they'll toss it fresh every day for you, right? Because you walk in, you say, well, where's the third part of this trifecta?
Yeah.
Who's going to toss my salad?
I need more ads for tossed salads.
I heard it. I saw it. I want to touch it now. Where's that placemat? Toss my salad, McDonald's.
When I notice it's time to change something, I remind the manager and he arranges for someone to put up the POP. Or sometimes I do it myself.
Well, how do I know how to put them together?
Come on, I'll explain.
Do you know how to use a printer, Pam?
In every POP kit, there are
That's the papas
step-by-step
in the
directions
fountain.
for assembly. Also in the kit is the manager's guide that explains all about the promotion. I make sure I read every
It also has lots of pop-up books for idiot managers who want to read, what was that again? Not Highlights Magazine, Fun Times Magazine?
Fun times. He likes the mazes.
Jesus Christ.
page so I can understand how the promotion's supposed to work in the restaurant.
Oh, drinks and fries?
Woo!
Oh, doyoyoing. McDonald's.
One more thing. Every month we get a POP chart.
Tossed salad
If there's
and
ever a
scrambled
question about the
eggs.
POP, you can check.
Fraser comes in. It's like, that's the thing you want to happen if you work at McDonald's, right? You hope he comes in right there in that sweet spot between breakfast and lunch so he can get like an Egg McMuffin and a salad. Because I don't think they were serving, maybe they were. Their breakfasts came out like pretty fully fleshed out immediately. So he probably could get some scrambled eggs. You know.
Powdered
someone
rice. Didn't we
verify
watch
that?
a whole thing about
You can check the chart for answers.
Give me the secret sauce.
This is always posted by the manager's desk.
That looks like a very small person with a red butt farting. And I think it's funny.
Okay, I think I get it. Oh, we also schedule and host birthday parties.
And birthday parties are part of sales, too.
They sure are. Birthday parties build sales during slow times in the restaurant. And you
Make sure you check every oversized teddy bear for aliens. I realize it sounds stupid, but we had a problem that we are not going to repeat. So anyone, especially in a wheelchair, check them for anything suspicious. Just saying, right? And then, like, what? Why are they dancing in the parking lot? They weren't even invited to the birthday party.
And you can't forget how much these kids mean to our business. Treat them right, and they'll not only come back to McDonald's on their next birthday, but they'll ask their parents to bring them to McDonald's to eat more often. And here's a very important point. You can make the
Parents are
biggest impact
suckers.
on repeat business by having a positive attitude while conducting fun birthday parties.
And that helps build sales.
Exactly. We can build birthday party sales by suggestive selling to moms and dads in the lobby.
This is like the opposite of a self-help video, right? Because like when you're trying to improve yourself, you feel like you're being imbued with values, but it's like, hey, if you're a better tool, we'll make more money. And like the fact that she has a shit-eating grin and smiling to be like, yep, and I'll be compensated by no more anything.
Nope.
Like, hey, glad I can help McDonald's.
During these parties, we will have to break out in song and dance. Here's the lyric sheet. It's in this binder.
You had to. You had to get up on the
Table?
counter, hit some people on the head with the trays.
As you're distributing premiums, you can remind the parents that we do fun, economical birthday parties. We have a supply of party flyers like this that we can distribute. This was printed from an art slick in the birthday parties chapter of the sales building manual.
Jesus.
We'll talk
My.
more about birthday parties later in your training. In fact, we have a videotape that's all about birthday parties
you
that
do.
we'll watch
It's all about birthday parties.
together.
Great.
We'll give the kids food and toys, and we'll let them make a bigger mess than usual.
Yeah.
So, sales means making sure the POP gets up on time and giving birthday parties.
More
And
than that
giving birth.
still. Oh, there's Mrs. Dalmato.
This is
I'll show you what I
Doubtfire.
mean.
Everything they say feels like it could be something else, and it is driving me crazy.
Hello,
Oh,
Mrs.
God.
Dalmato. How are you?
Well, I'm fine, Karen. Who's your partner?
Who's your friend? She looks cool.
Pam. She's training for weekend hostess. Pam, this is Mrs. Dalmato. She's on the city council.
Hi, Pam.
Hi.
How are the plans for the city's fun run going?
None of your
Oh, just
business.
fine. But I ran 3 miles last night and then decided I'd just shoot the starting gun.
Mostly because of the cigarettes, and I didn't run at all. That
And
was a
eating
lie.
at McDonald's.
It's a real fun run out here today, kids.
Have you thought about having cold drinks for the runners at the end of the race?
No.
We have portable beverage coolers called Orange Bowls that we lend to the public for events like the fun run.
Basically, we just paint over the thing that says Igloo with McDonald's, and we called it something stupider. Interested?
We have the orange syrup and the cups available too.
Well, what a great idea.
I'd also love a test station for decaffeinated coffee.
We're always happy to support the community. Can you give me a phone number where I can reach you so we can work out the details?
Well, I'd be happy to.
Right, because even though, like, that's the thing, it seems like this is a conversation among friends. Like, have you thought about getting cold drinks for your friends? No, I didn't. Like, what do I want to supply cold drinks to hot people for? Oh, well, we'll talk about the price later.
Yeah.
Don't come over here being like, hey, we're all a part of the community. I'll shoot you over that price sheet for our
Yeah.
Igloo coolers full of
Send your
orange drink.
invoice.
I'm gonna water it down.
Me too. It's on the card. Oh,
Council Lady O'Donnell.
and speaking of running, I've got to meet my brownie troop.
Oh, you're a brownie
Gross.
leader. Do you think the girls would be interested in having
we
a
do
tour of
birthday
McDonald's?
parties here.
Do you think that your girls would like to eat more McDonald's food? You could give us money and we'd give your girls food.
Yeah.
Money? Money? I don't know about that one.
I didn't know McDonald's offered tours.
Oh, we sure do. When I call you tomorrow about the Orange Bowl, I'll tell you more about our store tours.
Fine. About 10 o'clock?
Sounds great.
Like, how much do you think you could possibly tell you, right? This could be like, we take them around the kitchen. There, I just saved us a call.
The end.
Sales. Now I think I'm beginning to see.
Rick and Morty.
Thought you would. A big part of our job is community relations, and you've got to look for those opportunities. For the Orange Bowl and tours, we always have to check with Paul to get his approval. And we have to check...
Paul, someone wants some of our classic orange drink. Approved.
the availability
Get me more Fun Times magazines or you're fired.
of the Orange Bowls. Then we'll call Mrs. Delmato to confirm the date and check the number of gallons of syrup she'll need.
Now, will I be responsible for giving store tours?
Eventually.
No, you'll be responsible for watering down the orange drinks. Stay up to speed. You think you can't mop up milk? You think tours are your speed, bitch? Pump those brakes again.
Actually, yes, but that'll come a little later in your training. I'll tell you about it now, though.
I was right. You can't do it. She's not experienced enough. Maybe later. That's what you tell someone who's no is too hard for them. Someone says, hey, can I try that? I go, maybe later. And then I never bring it up again.
Orange drink.
There are two
Different from
kinds
orange
of
juice.
tours.
This is just sugar,
One is
water,
group
and orange.
tours, such as the one we just mentioned.
Classic, simple, 3 ingredients. Parents
Orange.
love it.
Mrs. Delmato, these are complete tours for community groups planned in advance.
And don't forget, God damn it,
Now,
Hold on.
why do we conduct group tours?
to show them this exact thermostat. It's the biggest one in the state, and everyone comes from miles around to look at it. Stop asking such stupid questions. Okay, follow up. Yeah, there are 2 plates that used to contain some sort of apparatus. We don't tell them. It's like those roadside attractions where like the big billboards just have a big question mark and it says, the thing, right? You come for the thermostat, you stay to ask about these babies. Other thermostats, maybe? Huh? A humidor, possibly? Controller? I don't know.
Well, a group tour is our way of showing off our restaurant. We invite people for a
Oh, boy.
behind-the-scenes look at how
Soda.
we prepare our food and how our restaurant works.
So the food
Those are
will
like-
sit here for no more than 30 minutes. Ugh.
Those
When
are
we
like
do a tour,
grown-ass
we
adults.
tell
Like
our
they just
quality-
took their luncheon outing at a tour to tour McDonald's.
Right. I'm not going to say that it's not something that people want to do, because what are we doing right now?
A story as we move the group through the store.
How do we know what to tell them, what to show them?
Here's the script.
Well, there are 2 resources available. First, the store tours chapter of the Sales Building Manual
It's right next to the Star Tours manual that I stole from Disneyland.
shows you the main points of interest in the restaurant step by step.
The group
And
tour
tells you
finished
what
with the
points to
mom
cover.
eating chicken, not to be
And the
confused with the
second
man.
resource to help you get a
Man
good
eating
Oh,
tour
man
chicken.
eating chicken.
is this
Sorry.
handy tour guide that we ordered from Frankel Field Services. And then, at the end of the tour, suggest to sell a meal or a snack to the group.
Are you guys hungry
More
after this
sales
4.5 minute
building.
tour?
Yeah, I bet you guys worked up an appetite watching all the disgusting little compartments we put meat-like substances in. You want to slide some of that down your throat?
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Here, you want to check out the manager's office? Hold on, let me get myself out of the way so you can really take it in. Because you can see, I own that phone. He's got a pencil sharpener right here for all the business he's doing.
Wow.
Look at him. Lap of luxury, this guy. He's got a
He's got his
desk in
breakers
an
right there.
office. He's got plenty of PPE materials in there, I'm sure.
The other type of tour also covered in this manual is the mini tour. They're usually spontaneous, with a smaller group of 3 to 5 people. Usually it's a family, but it could be anybody who's interested in a closer look at McDonald's.
Anyone who wants to walk as close as possible to gallon upon gallon of hot oil, we let them.
I'll give you a hint. Start with the customers you know first to build your confidence.
Can we give a mini
Saddest family.
Now, the saddest family was the one who couldn't book the tour because they already got it.
tour anytime we want?
Slow times are best, and always check with the manager first. That way they can make sure everything behind the counter is just right.
Is Paul just always there 24/7?
Well, the manager could be there. Maybe there's another Paul counterpart because she's training her for the weekend job. But like, yeah, that's the thing. Like, don't be stupid about it. Because like, hey, let's just bring anybody back. Like when we're ass slammed, bring them on back. Or like when it's filthy as hell, which is typically always like. I wonder, please, somebody go to a McDonald's and ask for the tour and tell me if they still do it. Or Google it. I don't know. But it would be funny if you went in and did it.
Sounds like fun.
It is.
Does it?
Remember, Pam, if you have children on a tour, make sure they all hold hands. We have a lot of hot surfaces in the kitchen. We wouldn't want anyone to get burned.
That's right.
If they don't know
Safety
each other?
first.
And for mismatched gender children, we'll give you the cootie shot protocol. For similarly gendered children, we'll give you the no homo handout.
There are other ways we help build sales. For example, we have
Pamphlets.
Dial M at our restaurant.
I know about Dial M. That's when customers with
That's when they replace the number 6 on their phone with an M, and they call McDonald's all the time because they're fat.
large orders can call in advance, and their food will be waiting for them when they come in to pick it up.
Dial M really speeds up service.
And God knows when the
See that
internet's going to
customer getting that
happen.
large order? Let's help him with his order and give him a flyer so he'll know he can call ahead next time.
Hey, next time you order 4 sodas.
What other kind of things can we do to build sales?
Hey.
Well,
I can't
another
find
example
anything
is hamburger
online
days.
about
It's a
tours.
All right, then we're going to need someone to go into a restaurant. Please record yourself, put a body cam on or one of those obnoxious GoPros and stick it to your head.
I'm looking at you, Ryan.
Get on it.
Boy, that technology.
Technology. You know? That's what they talk about here. You got cutting edge, futuristic pamphlets and yeah, they really haven't talked about really much of anything.
A regular order for the students at East Lane School. Every Thursday, we sell them 100 hamburgers and cheeseburgers, and the school comes in to pick up the order.
Wait, you sell them 100 hamburgers and 100 cheeseburgers, or you sell them 100 hamburgers, but also 50-50, or are we selling 200? This is important, Karen. I'm VP of Sales.
The kids get a
Well,
great
you
McDonald's
don't, I
lunch,
probably
and
won't.
our restaurant gets the extra sales. Paul schedules all the hamburger days.
Oh, Paul.
How do you think you could help with hamburger days as a hostess?
Well, maybe one of our customers is a teacher, or a principal, or a leader of another community group. We could tell them about hamburger days, right? Just like we did with Mrs. Dalmato.
Exactly.
I don't want to hear stupid hypotheticals. I want to hear actionable plans.
Go
Pam,
ask every adult what they do for a living.
idiot.
And then
What
see-
if? What if? This is real life, Pam. We need those burgers out the door.
We always try
We're
to
broke,
find ways
Pam.
to turn customer relations into sales. For instance, if we loan the Orange Bowl
Ronald says if our sales don't go up at least 10%, he's going to break my legs.
soccer team, they might be interested in having a hamburger day or a
Especially if they crash in the Andes and they don't have to eat each other.
special party at McDonald's. All it takes is a little imagination.
Yeah? What else is there?
Well, about
Imagination?
every month or so, we have special activities in our
Super
restaurant.
stiff, yeah.
These
that
are
was a
fun,
time, man.
unique events scheduled during our slower times. People really like them, and when they're here, they buy more food.
What kind of activities are there?
Well,
Hopscotch?
like lunch with Santa Claus at Christmas,
Oy.
or candlelight dinners, or senior citizen bingo.
Let's go have a candlelight
how-
dinner at McDonald's.
How the fuck, guys? Like, what? How did I miss this sphere of reality? I mean, I grew up when this was a thing. What the hell? Candlelight dinners?
Well, what do we do during these activities?
Basically, remember the shit I said earlier about the coffee and the creamer and the condiments and the walking around every 15 minutes and asking random inane questions of people if they like burgers? Basically, that same shit.
Upsell things. And
Yeah, just later into the evening.
Well, that depends. Sometimes we'll decorate the restaurant, and sometimes we run the activity.
Sometimes we won't.
I love calling the numbers on bingo days.
No wonder customers like to come to our
It's the most exciting part of my life.
store to participate. It's fun.
It is.
Hi. How's the training coming?
Oh, fine, Paul.
It's fun as hell,
We've
Paul.
covered just about everything except for customer complaints. If you've got time, maybe you could cover this with
Maybe
Pam?
you
Sure.
could
The
complain.
shift is covered.
good,
Things are
Paul.
running well.
Good. I'll go do the travel.
How is the shift covered, bitch? Like, you got 2 hostesses. They're both back here. Who's hostessing? Or are there more? Like, do they just constantly, like the Borg, assimilating more and more hostesses?
yeah.
Because it takes 4 of them to move a single tray. And they, they haven't even assimilated enough to handle milk.
Travel path.
So, there are 3 situations in customer complaints that must always be referred to a manager. First,
Violence.
if there's ever any question of incorrect change. Second, if a customer is angry because of a long wait for any reason. And third, if there's any complaints about foreign objects in food.
That's an interesting list you made up, but how about you listen to me and I'll tell you what the protocol is and you won't just have to guess.
These things must always be referred to a manager.
What if some scumfuck on social media like brings in their own deep fried chicken head and throws it in our box that obviously looks nothing like any of the other food we serve? What should we do then? I guess let them flame out on Instagram? I don't know.
Very good. You know, in general, if you're not sure how to handle a problem, just call one of the managers. Be polite to the customer, but don't say anything except you call a manager right away. And for other situations, just follow the SOC. See, all you have to do is
Standard operating procedures?
Yes.
remember the goal, which is to help the customer feel good again. And to accomplish that, just
There's a glory hole in either bathroom. Just ask Jerry.
use a 7-step
Look at his
approach in
head
handling
straight
customer
on, his
complaints.
hair.
It's right
Yeah,
there.
it's classic Bronson Pinchot.
I
But
didn't
that's
notice it before.
That's what dudes did in the 80s and 90s. Like, if you got a high forehead like me, some dudes, when they part their hair, it'll like swoop and try to hide the fact you've got 9 inches of cranium exposed, but it doesn't look good ever.
Right there on the SOC.
I saw Karen use a 7-step approach just the other
I saw this bitchy ass Karen tell me that I look fat, and I told her, "Fuck you, bitch! I'll get my manager."
I
day.
love Balky.
I'm saying, doesn't that look like Bronson Pinchot, Melissa? Like, fucking Cousin Larry is the night manager.
Remember how she handled the situation?
If you're not
Let's
sure
see.
how to handle one
She
of the
followed the
managers,
7
feel
steps.
free to call
The man was
one
angry
of
because
our
his friend
problems.
As a guy, I would never try to hide 9 inches.
fries were cold.
Did she take a positive approach?
She sure did.
Sir, is there a problem?
Yeah, I just sat down with
Yeah, I had a double cheeseburger, no pickles, Cokes, but the fries were cold.
my meal and my fries are cold.
She
I guarantee that's a fucking lie.
showed concern.
Well, I'm very sorry, sir. My name's Karen. I'm the hostess here, and I think we can take care of this problem for you.
I've had the worst day. I get a flat tire on my way to work. The boss is
Let me stop you there, sir. No one gives a
don't
fuck
care.
about your disgusting life here at the McDonald's. Let's keep our problems to ourselves, and I'll get you those fries. Keep it classy, you stupid
But we
bitch.
can schedule a party for your.
Hi, I'm Karen, and I'd like to help you through this horrifying situation you were in. I understand your fries are cold. Let me hear your story of your life, and I've got more credentials if you want to hear those. But in the meantime, what I should be doing is just saying, I'll get you some more fries. You sit your ass down, and we end this interaction.
Yeah.
I'm not here. Like, why? Listen, people, your peers or your elders or youngers working in retail, they don't want to hear the story of your life. They want to know what you need so they can get it to you so you can get out of their fucking face. If you have to tell them where you're going on vacation, how old you are, what type of day you have had, the meal you have planned later, this isn't a fucking dating scene. Keep your shit to yourself. Hope to God Ryan isn't there to introduce himself first and last name and take your hand and kiss it and lead you to the electronics section, right? Just get it done.
Rod says, pretty sure that's one of the Menendez brothers.
Oh my God, you're right. He looks so familiar
boss
too.
is mad because I'm late. Now I can't even get a hot meal.
What did she do?
You came to McDonald's, dude. Like, I'm having a bad day, and I was hoping like the quality and consistency of McDonald's could really, turn it around. But here I am ordering a small fry, and they're all cold. Look at this guy. You can't see him back here, but you can. I mean, look at him. He's giving off like, I'm never bringing this guy to McDonald's
Yeah,
again.
we're
energy.
never coming here. This is
You
my
do then,
McDonald's.
Pam.
You don't
Then
even
she
know who
told
I
him
am,
what
and
she
you're
thought
sitting
she
here
had
telling
heard.
me your whole life story.
Yeah, just back up. Let me get some information from you. Your name is Dustin? Well, Justin, good luck to you.
In her own words.
You come in to enjoy your food, and you get cold fries.
That's right.
Then she apologized.
Well, sir, I am very sorry. This
Yeah, with this simple 47-step program, we'll be able to get you some fries roughly by the next time, like, the harvest is in for the potatoes.
just isn't right.
Well,
Then she took action.
Okay, here's the other thing.
Well,
One of the Menendez brothers, yes, but also the boss from Suddenly Susan a little bit, little Judd Hirsch, a little... It's so close. A little Paul Reiser in the hair, like a little Seinfeld in the. I mean, he's like the perfect '90s amalgam of like a put upon every dude.
It's Gary
I'm going to get you another
Busey
order
in the
of fries,
face.
and I'm going to personally make sure they are fresh and hot. All right?
Personally,
That'd be great.
Taste everyone
Thanks.
to make sure.
I'll bring them right to your table.
Then she went to talk to the production manager to try to solve the problem.
You see,
then 4 hours later, after talking to 9 other people, going on 3 fetch quests and delivering the president's daughter, to her destination through a bunch of zombies, dude got his fries. Of course, he had left years ago, but they'll be waiting.
Tell Rockefeller to cram his cold fries up his ass.
Seriously, get yourself an extra large and tell me they're cold. I'll give a fuck. Fries, like a bag of fries this big is going to lose heat fast, and especially if you're sitting there jaw-jacking with your dumbass friend who's now embarrassed of you, it's your fault.
Yeah.
I hate taking the side of big business, but the customer was wrong.
You see, if customers go away angry, they might not come back, and that
As
can
if.
hurt sales. Now, the sales building manual has many suggestions on ways to handle some common customer complaints. Why don't you read it over? It's very helpful.
I will. Thanks, Paul.
I love binders.
I've been watching you during your training. I'm very,
You look super hot today.
very
Can you
happy
get
with
me
your
another copy
progress.
of Fun Time?
Paul Weinstein's this guy's name.
I think you're going to make a great hostess. In fact, I'm going to schedule you to start next weekend.
Great! Thanks for all your help.
I'm going to have to shift something for you in my pants.
My basic training is
My
over.
wiener.
Karen
His
was
hairline
great.
looks like the top of
She
the
showed me how to do my job,
The
and then she
Wu-Tang
watched
logo,
me
you're right.
while I tried. I still got a lot to learn, but
I
in
have this
about 5
binder,
minutes,
thankfully.
I'm going to go out and do the job on my own.
We've only covered 3 of my 5 senses, so I'm a little scared.
I'm not too nervous. I think I've got it down. Let's see. Wash my hands
Nailed
frequently.
that.
Which
Make
she
the
should have been
customers
doing at her
feel welcome.
first job.
Smile.
Get out,
Open
bitch.
doors for them. Greet them by name when possible.
Hey, it's you guys again. Don't you ever leave or sit anywhere else in the fucking restaurant?
Hey, you guys.
I mean, hi, I'm Pam.
Direct customers to open key stations.
Go over there. He's standing there, totally alone.
He's waving his hands. He's saying, I'll help the next
Not
customer.
only do you need to teach the employees how to use their eyes and ears, you got to like really hammer that into the customers too, because sometimes they'll just come in bumping into walls, falling into trash cans. It's just like, hey, guess what? You're at McDonald's. Open them peepers. Get to that register, bitch.
A whammy
Stations.
burger.
Whammy burger.
Help families with high chairs.
Whammy burger.
Keep condiments
just
and
a
napkins
reclining.
available. Conduct fun birthday parties and informative group tours.
The King Kong Ding Dong Sing Song Burger. This little motherfucker's tasty.
Make sure every child gets a premium. And be sure to stock premiums in the drive-thru.
After your manager's taken his fill.
Yeah.
Always stay on the lookout for QSC and sales.
Salads
Do a travel
especially.
path every 15 minutes.
Yikes.
Spot clean. But if there's a problem, inform
That's
the
like 32 rounds an hour, guys. Not an hour, a shift. 32
There's
rounds a shift.
lot and lobby person or the manager. Make sure the POP gets up on time. Look for ways
Sometimes the boss will let you sit at his desk and look at his
Right.
stapler, but don't touch.
Don't
to
touch
help
it, but you can
community
sharpen your pencil if you
organizations
need
with
to.
services like the Orange Bowl.
As long as
And
you
if
empty
you
out the shavings.
And it's like not even mixed. You're just like, give it, like, hey, you provide your own water. We'll rent you a cooler. Which, hello, have you ever been to like a high school sports team that didn't own an igloo cooler? Hey,
Look at those
if
big
you're-
Gatorade ones.
If you're poor as hell, we'll give you orange sugar water and a jug. But if you don't bring the jug back, it'll be like $50, and that's $80.
If you ask a family if they'd like a mini tour, check with the manager first. And for customer complaints,
God, please, someone see if you can get that mini tour. Oh my God.
use the 7-step approach.
7!
And always have a positive attitude and a warm smile.
David
Well,
would never be able to
those
be
are
a
the
host
highlights.
at a
I
McDonald's.
can bullshit for an 8-hour shift.
I'm
Not that's bring up Mr. Show again. This is exactly like Maryland Mozzarella's Pizzarella Pie Parlor, where it's like, remember the 14 P's? It's like, please, product, pomp and circumstance, freeze, plenty of ice, pterodactyls, a good dinosaur to recommend to children. And like, at the end of this arc, like, it's they're glorifying handing people syrup, handing people burgers, asking them if they need like a single napkin that they can unfold like they're going on a Route 66 road trip.
Tony says carrying that huge jug full is too heavy. It's easier to just carry the concentrate until you need it.
But yeah, I get that. But like, what are we doing here? Like, does this predate like Kool-Aid? Like how? Again, it's just a mind-blowing thing. We're like, not again, but I mean, again for me, because I go through this often. Like nobody in a training video ever has any realistic complaints and or critiques. Because like a real person would probably have like that cigarette-y councilwoman should be like, whoa, like that seems like, you know, you're offering me something, but you're just trying to sell me shit. Or like, do you need more than 1 million hamburgers? Or like, hey, you've ordered 4 meals. You obviously have a family at home. You could call us next time. Like all of these things seem like, hey, you want to like make your life a little less convenient for us? And you don't even work here. Why don't you try improving our sales, bitch? Like you're not even pulling your own weight. Dial M for murder.
I think
How
I'm
much
ready.
of streaming David is real
Wish
David?
me luck.
I mean, you'll never know.
Good luck to you too.
I'll never tell.
Good luck to you, people. You've now become fully fledged trained concierges of McDonald's. I don't like the word hostess. I'm going to go with concierge. You know, and I have no authority, so it's not like I can even give that to you. So there you go. That's a little bit of McDonald's training. And now that we all know what a McDonald's employee does, I'm a little saddened that they don't still have that available. Because, like, you know, not for nothing, sometimes I feel like getting out of the rat race and becoming a hostess somewhere. And if McDonald's were on the table, it might entice me a little faster. Yeah, the manager, you got to get to Paul. Say, hey, Paul, how about some McDonald's brand spaghetti? I know it's been a running joke, and it'd be a really bad idea because Fazoli's tanked, but... and that's the thing. Another thing that happens, too, is, like, I love hot dogs, and every, 10, 15, 20 years, one of the big chains will, like, try, taking a swing at the hot dog concept. And I always go and support them if I can because I love a good hot dog, but I ate a Fazoli's yesterday. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Like, there's probably, there's 2 Sears out there. There might be a Fazoli's or 2 out there, but, I mean, holy shit. What an obnoxious restaurant. Anyway, now we're moving on to the 1001 Retail Nights at Software, etc. I watched a little bit of the beginning of this, and it is terribly acted. I stopped watching just as the Arabian stuff kicked in. So if it gets unbearable, I mean, you're gonna have to bear with it because I'm not stopping it. Here we go. I'm sure some of you guys, Ryan, you probably were in a software etc. yesterday, right? After you went left Fazoli's, right?
Yeah.
Into software etc. So bear with it. I am familiar with the mixed spaghetti. It's just a bad idea. It's a bad idea. That's why they don't have it anymore. Right? I don't know why. Like, what were those popcorn chickens they had? They were like chicken...
Poppers?
Poppers? No, that feels too much like poplars. But like the one thing McDonald's made that I actually gave a shit about lasted like a flash in the pan. I barely have a memory of it.
Software, etc. was Ryan's nickname in high school.
I bet it was. I take the etc. I'm familiar with software, right, guys?
So you're gonna stay, right?
Oh, you bet.
Remember, the
No,
plan
yeah.
said that merchandising kit has to be up tomorrow morning, first thing.
Not a problem.
And Bob, this time we really have to go by the book. I mean, personally, I love the Xeroxes of your face you put up last time you did the store. But the
That was actually my ass, man. Come on.
GO wasn't impressed.
Yeah, the poplars.
Yeah, I heard.
I mean it, Bob. Follow the planogram.
Hey, I get it.
This may be a deep reference, but it's like if Don Cherry Advertising and like Sam Raimi got together to make a commercial. Feels a little bit like Evil Dead, a little bit Ernest tries to sell you orange juice.
Planograms are my life.
You're fired.
Good night, Bob.
Good night.
Game Gears are $149?
No sense of humor. Let's see. I think I left a planogram down here somewhere.
Hey, there's a camera in the toilet. I wonder where this goes.
Oh, wow.
Zip.
What is this?
God.
That'll be
I've
great.
never seen this model
Thanks.
before.
What are you
And he goes all Chris Chan on his PS3 on it.
Ew.
Oh my God. Whoa, it's a Commodore PET that we stuck a cheap sticker onto.
Perfect.
I wonder if I can get this baby to run.
Really quick, let me get my ass out of the way because I want you to really take in all the rich details here of this Commodore PET. Because what you're looking at here is the hard drive. And by hard drive, I mean it's a cassette player that would load programs into the RAM. So if you wanted to run a game or something, be on an audio cassette. Where the fuck is the keyboard? Is that the keyboard? It's kind of a little low res. Maybe that's the original PET keyboard. But like, and P.S. Mac-A-Wish
Yep.
on a Commodore product?
Mm-hmm.
I hope this is actually a Commodore. It looks exactly like a PET. If it's an Apple, I'll feel really stupid.
He's gonna put his crank.
Look at this
Just
dust.
planet
Oh, hell yeah,
City.
he is.
This thing must have been down here for years.
Zip. What? John B., what are you doing in there?
Hey,
Gather
Ethel, I'll
around
get
as
back to
Grandpa
you.
Dave
I got a
tells
live
you
one
about
here.
the old days.
Hey,
kitty.
Ethel? Hey, Ethel. I got a live one here. You know, classic genie name, Ethel.
Ahem. So, you rubbed? Ow. Well,
No, you rub now. You're my genie.
you know the routine, sweetie. You get 3 wishes.
So you're a genie?
What do I look like, Don Pardo?
What a weird reference. You know who Don Pardo is?
No.
Saturday Night Live musical
Oh.
guest. That's Don
Got
Pardo.
it.
Not related to Jimmy Pardo.
Wow, great.
Where'd the computer go?
I don't get out much, okay? So, let's get going. I only have this millennium.
3 wishes, right? Okay, I wish I knew why this visual merchandising stuff was such a big deal.
That's a fucking stupid
That's a
wish. Boing.
Gee, most people think of something a little more exotic. Well, here's
Or of any value at all to anyone,
Yeah.
except for like a corporate shill.
your answer.
Oh, it's Mr. DiMaggio, the president. I cannot believe she brought him here. This genie
You think she could have done it with a little better editing, though?
A
is
little.
cruel.
I could have done better than that.
I like to get away from things with a good book, but this is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Mr. DiMaggio, Todd here does not understand the
DiMaggio. What was that last lady's name? DeMarco?
Yes.
Delmonico?
importance of visual
It's my drug dealer.
merchandising. I thought maybe you could explain.
But, like, he wished for knowledge, not an annoying trip with this old fart. Can't, like, you're a genie. Can't magic just be like, boing, and he goes, oh, I get it. This is like the worst training visual media I've ever seen.
Todd.
I wouldn't trust her,
Bob.
not because she's a genie, because I never trust anyone who wears big hoops.
Right. But, you know, you got to... It's a delicate balance, the size of the hoops versus the size of the boobs, and which outweighs the other.
Bob. You don't understand? Let me give you my speech. I have it right here.
I love selling video games to children.
Hold my
it's a
book.
passion of mine. Here's my newspaper. Oh,
A lot of
God.
stores use external advertising, television, radio,
Anti-Italian.
newspaper, that sort of thing, to pull
Boob-boobs.
people into their store.
Okay.
But here at Software Etc., we believe that our store itself is our most effective media. We use our store to pull people in from the mall. Then our displays and signing focus our customers' attention on featured items.
I think it's time for a little visual aid.
Or a little acting
You
class.
see, some stores are really good at visual merchandising. You can tell in an
That
instant
man's
what...
stance.
Right. It looks like he's got a pole up his ass because if he didn't have it there, he'd just fall forward or backwards. like a really rickety action figure.
they're selling and why you'd want to buy it.
I don't know. I need shoes.
Okay. Those stores do look pretty cool.
Every store
What?
needs to broadcast a clear message. In our case, we deliver 2 messages.
Software and
First,
etc.
we tell customers who we are with theme signing in the front of the store.
Yeah!
Secondly, we tell people what we have to sell.
old-timey burgers from waitresses. I mean software.
It's like he's about to open a park full of dinosaurs.
Oh, it's you, Mr. DNA.
Yeah, okay. I can see now that there's a reason for this visual merchandise.
I can also see I
Good.
wasted
You know,
my
people
first
who
wish.
understand these things will go a long way in retail.
Yeah? Yeah, exactly, sir. In
Yeah.
fact, just the other day, I was speaking to my coworkers, telling them that we simply cannot take this stuff too seriously.
Do you have your coworkers have
Wonderful,
names?
Bob.
The boss.
Oh, wow, this has gone far.
Okay, so remember when I was talking about like the Don Cherry advertising and Sam Raimi? It somehow slipped into like a Gwar feature film somehow.
Far enough. Sorry to rain on your parade, Bob, but this wish is over.
Hey, I
kinda
was about to
reminds
get
me of
promoted
the
to
nanny.
manager back there.
Man, why bother with the turbo graphics, man? I mean, I get it, but like they sell. Well, it doesn't matter. TurboGrafx just is one of those niche video game systems. So I'm like, why? But if you're a collector, I get it.
Yeah, right. I granted you a wish, not a miracle. Besides, I think you have a whole lot more to learn.
At least those weird science dudes got to have a shower with their creation. Can we at least get something going here, lady? Like, this dude's whatever.
Hey, who you popping in next, my 4th grade teacher?
Man.
No, not quite.
Hey!
Sorry, we had no budget for After Effects, so we're just going to have to make you wave your hands around. You look like you're having a spasm.
Did I get you up?
Where am I?
Oh, my
Sorry
God.
about the interruption, but we really needed you here
Oh, it's Marcy Darcy.
at the store.
Look at this store! Ah! This
I'm
is
just
my
getting the
worst
console
nightmare.
and the flash card.
Oh, somebody wake me
Not
up!
willing to pay for the price of games.
Yeah, so if you're looking to, like, display it, I get that. I get it. But, like, woof. Like, now it's never been, like, a worse time to be like an adult child, because if you're trying to recapture your youth, you can, but the price tag is just going up and up. Like even the like original 1983 releases of the Ninja Turtle figures, like $25 a pop for a re-release.
Roxanne, this is Rob, and we're giving him a little lesson in visual merchandising.
The name's Bob.
Oh, now I really gotta wake up.
That's right, honey. This store is just a bad dream. And if we give Todd here his merchandising lesson, you can go back to dreaming about Kevin Costner.
I'll make...
She had her hands on her face for so much real time, it's unbelievable. Like it was 3 cuts and like 2 camera changes. So that means she had her hands on her face for probably 6 hours of real time as they go like cut and she goes, sound speed's rolling and she goes, like what an annoying trait to give a bad character.
I'll make this fast. And how can I make it simple? I've got it. Bob, our store is our media. It's like a TV network.
The old guy said
Each
that
one of
already.
our stores is like a local station.
Yeah.
And it's very important that each station sends out the same signal.
Okay. I get it.
Got it.
Great. Now, our vendors pay to have their products shown, just like
they
they'd
gotta
pay a
pay.
television station to have their commercials run. They might buy an end cap and share it with another product, or they might buy something at the storefront for more prominence.
Okay.
And Bob, every vendor...
Because like what else can he say, right? Okay. Okay.
And why is the genie giving advice? She's just a genie. How would she know how advertising
like
works?
we're off the rails. This started as what I hoped would be like you know,
Mildly
cluelessly,
racist.
maybe misguided, lightheartedly racist romp through like selling video games. But we're now on to like a cavalcade of like failed local theater actors.
Yeah.
expects to get the space that they pay for.
Okay. So I need to follow the marketing plan. Otherwise, the guy who paid
fired.
for prime time could wind up on the Late Late Show.
Gee, that's a good analogy. Mind if I steal it?
Sure. Just remember.
Already did.
The name's Bob.
Thanks,
So you do mind if I steal it?
Rob.
I'm stealing it regardless.
This has
Thanks,
been a
Rob.
very worthwhile.
Well, Justin, good luck to you.
Well, so much for that.
Does that count as my second wish?
Let's see, Rob.
It's Bob.
Bob, Rob, Knob. You humans are so petty. Anyway, one more.
I mean, Bob and Rob, petty, yes. Started calling him Knob. I'd kick the pettiness out the window and be like, hey, man, come on,
Not
Genie.
Knob.
Like, I understand you're, whatever, a time traveler and you know all the, but like, don't you know what Knob means?
One more visit.
I don't
ought
need
to do
that.
it.
Oh, God.
Duke, Is she just looks using like we all of made his the wrong wishes turn at for the him?
Joneses again.
Rob, meet Stan Hirschman, our vice president of stores, and Duke.
Right, that's what I keep forgetting. These are probably the actual people, and that's why they suck.
Yes.
Now I know we're not in Kansas anymore. They
Look at
merchandise
my
their stores a
dog.
lot better.
Uh-oh.
And that's why you're here, Stan, to give Rob your unequaled perspective on visual merchandise.
Well,
The man
Bob,
could have wished
it's really
for
a
money
matter of
and
focus.
just quit his job.
Right. He could have just been like, hey, or, you know, let's say, you know, I mean, you know, there's a sliding scale of wishes, all the way from like, hey, I wish for a bunch of money and fuck the signage to I wish the signage was up. Never in my wildest dreams, no matter how many times I got kicked in the head like horse kick head dad, I don't think I would ever entertain the idea of making the wish of wanting to understand advertising. I don't know how many kicks to the head it would take for me to forget why we need advertising, but it would probably be more than one.
Yeah, probably.
And this guy's head doesn't look like it has any major dents.
We use our visual displays to focus customer attention on what makes software, etc. different and better than anywhere else.
Keep going,
What are you
Stan.
looking at?
I'll give him the
When you
picture.
look down, look at his
Joint.
crotch.
Dude's stroking it through his pocket. He's like, I don't know, just keep going. The director's like, keep going.
Keep rolling. Even advertising lifesavers. Special.
Okay,
All of it.
there's a store-wide planogram we always follow, no matter what the current promotion. The first emphasis is video game cartridges.
Video
Game
game
carts
cartridges.
draw a lot of people into our store who might not shop with us otherwise. That makes the cartridge business very important to our overall
Yeah,
success.
Duke is a big dog.
But our
fan.
name is software, etc.
Right, that's why it's funny. It's
Yeah,
like
people
when-
name their chihuahuas killers.
It's like when that classic and forever hilarious comedian Dane Cook, right? The funniest guy on the planet.
So hilarious.
He was the fun. I kept saying, why isn't he funnier? How can he get funnier? I told everybody. He will never get funnier. Just enjoy it because this party's never stopping. I was never sick of Dane Cook. Not from second one and not from when he finally fucked off. But moral of that story is he had a very small dog called Beast. Because he's funny. He's a funny guy. He yelled. The stuff he said wasn't funny, but it was funny because it was loud, guys. Was I the only one who didn't like Dane Cook? The rest of you motherfuckers couldn't back me up once?
Not video games, etc. That means we have
Hello,
to try a little
Jackson.
harder to make sure people know we sell
Titan.
video games. That means keeping the games visible from the front of the store. Here, let me give you a couple pointers.
Okay.
First, make sure your display emphasizes the hottest game titles.
Hot.
Not
and
to mention
new.
We
full
like hot eats and cool treats.
product
a
lines,
DQ.
including game
Dane Cook
systems.
is as good as Carlos
want our
Mencia,
customers to know we
star
have
of
it all.
Employee of the Month.
You'll
Yeah,
also want to
absolutely.
keep trends in mind, like keeping 16-bit and handheld game systems and cartridges right up front during summer months when they're especially hot.
Especially.
Okay, video game systems and cartridges are numero uno. Got it.
Yeah, P.S. Video games, here are the things that sell computers. Video games. Here's the things that used to sell VCRs and DVD and Blu-ray players. Pornographies. If you don't know your base market in, like, because, yeah, I'm sure every once in a while a nerd will roll in and be like, I want a Tandy 1000 computer, or I'm looking for one of those Commodore Pets that'll pop out a, you know, mildly obese genie. Everywhere that sells software lives and dies on video games, right? Because every 8 seconds there's a new one and kids are gaga for that shit. Whereas like Microsoft Office, you'll get one every 3 years, 4 years, about as long as apart as you need like a colonoscopy. So like those big Microsoft Word heads aren't going to be breaking down the door for those classic collector's editions, right?
Don't Genie
Got
shame.
it.
Yeah, I
Now, don't think we've
she's
forgotten our core business, software.
mildly obese at all.
For a genie, hello, she's like, not to body shame, but she's like 5'4" and pushing 2 bills. right? If I want to see a genie, I want to see, number one, I want to see smoke instead of legs. That's number one. And number two, not just the bottom half of the hourglass figure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Bestsellers
We watched
and new
Aladdin
arrivals
the
are
other
always
day,
hot
and
items,
it made me
and we
realize
need
how
to
much I
keep
miss
them where
Robin
they're easy
Williams'
for our
voice.
customers to find. The third emphasis is our marketing plan features and sale items. Make sure you follow the plan exactly so these products get the exposure they deserve.
Magazines, another medium that will never die, so take care of it with your life.
I suppose that means the end of Bob's Sign Shop.
The next emphasis is
You're
on
fired.
bargain software.
Right.
Product under $15.
He just gets fired at the
This
end
is
of
an
this.
area
Thanks,
where
Jeannie.
software, etc. customers always like to browse. Finally, our last emphasis is our great selection of books and accessories. We're redesigning these departments to improve in-section presentation and help us maintain consistency from store to store.
Paper, yay.
It's Duke.
Dude?
You see, Bob, it's so
What do you
easy.
mean barks has bites? Johnny?
Even a dog can count them.
Thank you so much.
Remember, a well-merchandised store helps the customer find what they're looking for.
Okay.
And that's one more
okay.
way to provide extra.
Really quick, let me just get out of the way. Not the body type of a genie I want to see. You know what I mean? I want something wayfish. This is just a regular lady off the street. And I'm not body shaming. Just want someone who, like, hello. I dream of Jeannie. If she popped out looking like, a frumpy woman from the Midwest, I'd go like, hey,
Sure.
what the hell?
Well, we do have dogs, but it wasn't our dog. It was Duke.
No, definitely. That's the Duke right there.
Excellent
Our dogs
customer
are too
service.
old to bark.
And give them your best, GSA.
Thanks a lot, big guy. It's time to walk the dog.
Oh, that's great. Looks like old Duke left a little message of his own for me to
Duke.
clean up later.
Okay,
I'll get the
Rob.
McDonald's
Later.
guy to do it.
I'm going to leave that pile of rancid shit right there. Anyway, back to my wish.
Bob, or whoever you are, if you don't understand this visual merchandising by now, well, I'm afraid even my powers only go so far.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, you called it. You did. I mean, it was there. We all felt it was there, but you had the guts to say it. And you know what? That's credit.
Ryan,
I
we
get
have
Good, then let's move.
Ruby's an American Bulldog, Australian Shepherd.
It's like, they're not AKC papered anything. I found one on the side of the road, and one was not the victim, but the product of an improprietous coupling that was not sanctioned by man or beast.
But it was an Australian Shepherd and an American Bulldog.
Yeah, she, I don't like to tell her she's an accident, only when I'm mad at her. I say, you weren't even supposed to be here. And she goes, what? I'm a dog.
And the side of the
Move
road
on
dog
with your
is
other two.
definitely part German Shepherd.
I don't want to talk about our dogs.
Okay, I wish
Ryan
you
asked.
just set this stuff up for me.
Don't care who asked. I still don't want to do it. Ryan?
We are the industrious one, aren't we? Okay, listen up. I'm gonna do these in the order of importance. Here's how you set up the
Are we still on
storefront
our first
tables.
wish?
They're the highest priority area in the marketing plan. Second comes the 8 end caps. Of course, you want to use the ones that face the front or center aisle of your store. Next, your shelf talkers, as specified in your marketing plan.
Yeah, you get your dog's DNA test and you go, well, we were all wrong.
Well, crap.
It doesn't matter. Like, we're all, you want to blow smoke up your ass, knock yourself out. But, like, you want to spit in a cup and send it off. You're like, oh, they can trace my genetics back as long as records exist, right? Great, you're special as shit. However, everyone is, because the fact that you're alive means that your lineage goes back to the beginning of life.
Right.
Because anywhere along the way, one of the relatives you have gets snuffed and you don't exist. So if you're alive now, you have something going all the way back. And just because some asshole looks in a book and goes, oh yeah, we've got like a couple 100 years worth of you exist.
Way, way, way back.
Way watered down my lineage.
Not my
You
dog.
can read,
I didn't
can't
pay
you,
for it.
Bob?
Interesting.
Next, the window
Not your dog, and you didn't pay for it. Where are we in this story? Were you even there?
with offers that invite the customers in.
Watch out, Vanna White! Do you own one of those sparkly evening gowns?
This guy feels fresh off of like a an audition for like Chopping Mall or some other Jim Wynorski or Roger Corman bullshit. Like he should be smacking his lips with gum and like seeing a lady whip out her jugs in a mall at night and going like, "Bruh," you know, he shouldn't be selling software.
Next, the demo wall. Are we going too fast for you, Bob? Next, check out your vendor displays.
That's the one
You'll
with the
notice
robot,
how I've
right?
done them just
Chopping Mall.
Yeah, there's like 3 robots.
Yeah, there's like the 5 people
lightning
who
turns
locked
them
themselves in
bad.
the furniture store.
Yeah, Dick Miller gets killed as usual. Dick Miller almost always gets killed.
like the plan. We're not just...
Except in Not a Touch of Satan. Oh, shit. It's another Satan one where, like, Dick Miller shows up for a few seconds to be like a leper, and he signs a book, and he's like, oh, I'm regular Dick Miller now. And then he's got a thing on his hand. He's like, ah, the devil.
Putting up anything a vendor sends us, right?
You were born for this kind of work.
Next, the cash wrap back slat wall, the cash wrap countertop
Wishes to go on a
displays.
date with the genie.
Right, he doesn't die Gremlins because he shows up in Gremlins too. I just mean like during the like bucket of blood era, like the Corman era. I mean latter day when people were using him because he had like street cred. No, you'd hardly ever kill him if like in a big movie. But like yeah, his ass goes down in Shopping Mall. I think that Evil Tunes, he might die in that too.
Evil Tunes.
Keep them crisp, clean, and accessible.
Get down!
And finally, the slat wall on the front of the cash wrap counter and the magazine display. There's even more to the marketing plan, Bob, but I think this is all you can handle in one setting.
You know, this place really is starting to look kind of attractive.
Dude's getting horned up like out of nowhere too, by the way.
Remember the interpretation of these laws, Bob, as handed down by the GO.
Hammurabi.
Always follow this order of priorities when setting up the store. If your store's individual layout prevents you from giving a product its specified placement, use the marketing plan priorities to determine the next best placement. Work with your district manager.
Okay, now this is very much like Space Mutiny. What is going on with this shit?
To eliminate low sales.
Like the Balerians are gonna come in and like give Cameron Mitchell like a hair dance in a second, right guys?
Low priority categories and create more high priority space.
Oh, you know what else too? It kind of feels a little bit like Hobgoblins. Like if he were Nick and what's his name put into one character?
Thank you for your attention.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
I know. Pretty impressive, isn't he? Anyway, that's the basic story. Well,
Anyway.
one more wish, Megabyte Boy.
Well, listen, you are doing such...
He only is one wish. Where did we? Do you guys remember where the second one went? Was the first one the people and the second one the store? Because I never heard him say "I wish."
Fine work here. I wish you'd just finish the job up.
Right. Well, you wouldn't want to overexert yourself now, would you? Okay, well, follow along, Pilgrim. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
What, number one, why do we slip into Southern accents? Number two, why should he buckle up when he said, please, you finish the fucking job? Buckle up. No, you... Like, if I pay my mechanic to fix my car, I hope he doesn't tell me to buckle up and roll up my sleeves, because that'd be confusing.
Some of your fixtures are a joke. Use them properly. You know a peg from a shelf, don't you? Here's what it should look like. And pay attention to
I'm John Wayne.
how you use your category and subcategory signs.
Whoa. Look at that copy of Terminator. Ugh.
Why not clean up the place? Have you ever heard of a vacuum? How about dusting? Also, make sure product stickers are neat and not worn. Packaging shouldn't be dull and lifeless.
I realize that everybody in the commercial has to have business. Like, no one wants to stand there and look like they don't know what to do with their hands. But find something else to do at this point, right? Like, we were familiar with magic. We understand that she is a magic person. So every time something magical happens, like looking around as if you're going to find the source of it, it's a little much. Like rein it in like fucking 70%. Like, these are probably both actors, whereas like obviously all the bigger higher ups were probably the real people. But I don't know, man. This has, how do I describe this? It's like a local commercial in directing, but it's actors and highly debatable. But this is something that a lot of people are going to see. I don't understand why, because unrecreationally, I've watched a country mile of training videos, and I don't understand why we have to just act as if everyone involved is stupid. Like, the managers don't find this to be realistic, I imagine. I, as an employee, never found any of these interactions to be genuine and never learned a thing other than the fact I got to sit around for anywhere between 20 and 90 minutes on the clock, not doing any real work, but just being bored.
And you understand dull and lifeless, don't you, Bob?
Oh, gotcha.
Now,
cut.
My software is getting hard.
Your customers can see them, so make them look good. This isn't just storage. It's another chance to make an impression.
Whose coat
and
was
can
it
free
there?
up space on the floor when you have more stuff than you can display.
Oh, maybe it is FDO. Maybe it is like a hazing ritual. Like, you can't pour hot sauce on anybody's genitals or like push a pin into their chest and punch it a whole bunch. But yeah, I mean, this is probably as painful.
Neatly. Now here's a package that looks almost as good as mine.
Wow.
Vendors spend lots of money to design their packaging.
Did you ever play Battle Chess? That shit was the bomb.
Features, hot products, and sale items face out. You should face out product anytime you have a lot of copies to display.
Yeah, Sierra Interactive put a lot of money into their umpteen zillion games. Not really. LucasArts was where the money was at. And by money, I mean the enjoyability. I could play Loom right now and enjoy it as much as I did the first time. Monkey Island, same goes. Sierra it was just like...
Who made Grim Fandango?
Lucas. That's the thing. Any good point and click was put out by Lucas. They were the only game in town pumping out quality.
You know about ribboning, don't you, Rob?
What?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Try to ribbon any product you have a lot of. And don't forget to check stickers.
Okay.
Where'd your accent come from?
Regular stickers go bottom right on games, top right on everything else. Sale stickers go top left and make sure the price is written neat and bold. Display box stickers go bottom left on software products, and it's a wraparound on video games. These hot and great value stickers go top left. Bob, there's more. I'm redoing your
I'm pregnant. Your gonorrhea.
Dola.
Here?
Now check this out. Notice how the gondola is full, but not too full. Extra product belongs in overstock, not overcrowding your display.
I mean, John Madden can't keep putting out football games forever. He got a solid 60 years of it. It's time to pass that torch.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Lovely.
See how I placed the products. Low volume or heavy items on the bottom, smaller items on top.
Every time
Make
we get to
sure they
this
don't obstruct the
section, it
cameras.
reminds me, all I think of is pregnancy tests. I don't know why, but real quick, a quick pan is like, oh, those are pregnancy tests. Wrong store.
It just looks like a display of printer paper. Like, this is the most... I never walked into a software, etc., but it feels like Babbage's a little bit. Or like any other... But like, this is a lot of... like floor space. It's like walking into like a Staples and you walk into like their 3 aisles of like anything from like cheese puffs to Snickers and all the other things you give to your fat ass office workers to make them happy and stave off
the bulk item,
ending it for another day. Yeah, you go, hey everybody, I got cheese balls. Like, there is still to this day an ungodly amount of real estate space given to that shit in like actual brick and mortar stores. It's incredible.
Customer can be sold through good, better, best.
I'm so good!
Just a couple of final tips. Remember, the planogram exists for a reason. Follow it And even you can't go far wrong.
Yeah,
And you're the stupidest person I've ever met, Rob.
Proper visual design can help lead the customer throughout the store. It can help you make...
And if these guys don't start, like, banging by the end of this, it is going to be a real waste of your and my time.
the sale. It can help make our
A little
offering
bit.
clear.
Like, if she weren't simply a machination of his drug-addled brain, he'd be, like, biting at her jugular vein right now.
And remember, if you can't follow the plan
No one
precisely,
can.
use common sense.
Use condoms.
You do have that.
Don't you? Put your butts together and blow.
I got tons of common sense.
What? The
Now,
fuck?
if my count is correct, you've had your 3 wishes.
I don't know how any man could ask for more.
Hey there, little darling. Now he's going to turn into Elvis? Oh, come on down to the Heartbreak Hotel Mall.
The place looks
Your varicose veins.
And if you need a refresher course,
Don't call me.
That will be another wish. You'll have to find another genie. Fuck you, bitch, I'm out. And she goes, woo!
Oh, you doll.
no, Todd. Look.
Come on, pretty mama. Oh.
Remember, making a good impression is the whole idea.
Doesn't her headdress make her look a little bit like Evelyn from the canon masterpiece, ironically, Masters of the Universe, starring Dolph Lundgren? And Courtney Cox. Tom Paris was in it, too.
What's
Can't
his
remember
name?
his real name. That means they're not going to smush.
Smush.
Wait, we still have... Oh, we're 17 minutes into 32. This could turn into hardcore pornography against people. Keep your
There could
fingers
be
crossed.
snoo. Just 17 minutes of the lights turning off.
It's just going to be him walking home in the rain. He's got a big, like, trench coat on. He's walking all slow. And then he's, like, walking up the steps to his brownstone. He puts the key in the lock. And he hears, like, Rob! In that annoying-ass voice. And he turns around. There she is, like, in the middle of the road. It's raining, but she's totally dry. And he's like, ah! He runs out there, and he gets hit by a bus.
Yeah. I hope that happens.
What can you say about a woman who loves
I'm still
motos
hoping
and
for the
house
pornography
plants?
aspect.
She brought some life to this lonely job, and for that, I'll always love her.
For that, we're thankful.
Oh, she wasn't much of a dancer. But
She
not
never
every woman
danced.
does end caps like that.
No.
And her storefront tables, truly stunning. I'll never be able to merchandise in section again without thinking of the way she looked at me as she put up my shelf tables. She touched me so deeply. And then she was gone.
And what a rocking pair of cans.
But nobody will ever
Turns
be
out
able
it was
to
one
take away
of the bad episodes
Oh
of Are
my
You
God,
Ready?
you're right. I remember this one now. When he gets put inside the pinball machine and all those stupid, yeah. That old guy always played the bad guy, and he was a robot in one. Yeah, you're right.
what we had for those few brief, shining moments. A love lost, a lesson learned,
Sticker still
and a
on the
memory
back.
I'll take with me for 1,001 retailing nights.
So, do you feel like this is over, right? So, we're 18 minutes into 32 minutes. I will take bets on what you think is going to happen next. Yeah, the pinball episode was one of the better ones. I feel like it was even a two-parter. But anything you set in the mall is great. But, like, the one that I thought was the scariest was the story about the kid who, like, he was contacting the dead via shortwave radio. Yo, not for nothing. Are You Afraid of the Dark had some meaty stories that I would force myself to stay awake and, like, watch the Roundhouse so I would be bored instead of scared. Wonder Years. Yeah, kind of, yeah. Okay. We wasted 3 wishes on part 1 alone? With Gilbert Gottfried and Ryan Gosling. I remember the one with Ryan Gosling, but I also, here's the thing. Are You Afraid of the Dark and Goosebumps meld in my mind so it's all the same soup? Because I feel like if it wasn't Ryan Gosling, who also was in Goosebumps, it was another blonde Canadian who came here and struck it big. boss, I found a genie and I yanked it. I'm glad they left the part of him walking through the store uncut.
He's got to turn all the lights on, too.
Right, thank you. I knew he was in that shit. Say Cheese and Die was one of my favorite episodes.
Oh, hi. You remember me. Bob. I starred in a pretty
All right,
important movie. Well, actually, it wasn't a movie. It was only a video, but I did have the male lead, and I'm sure you all enjoyed my performance.
That's insane, Theo.
Okay, anyway, in that video, I was visited by a genie who just happened to know everything there is to know about visual merchandising.
But knew nothing about glory holes. You believe that shit?
But that genie stuff was strictly for entertainment value. I am the true expert in visual merchandising. I am the master! Yeah, but with...
I mean, didn't I bring up Master of the Universe, like, not too long ago? Is this just, like, coincidence?
My help.
You
can do it, too.
Some of the things that he does kind of reminds me of the dude in Star Trek. Oh God, he's friends with the Doctor. He's a super nerd. He doesn't stay on the oh my God, I can't remember his
You're not talking about Barkley, are you?
Yes, I'm talking about Barkley. He kind of reminds me of Barkley.
Based on input from a lot of people in the stores.
Yeah, Barkley's like a bookish, scared, anxious, like introvert. And this guy is none of that, but yeah, I can see that. In a Gary Busey sort of way, exactly alike.
Especially me. We have redesigned the monthly marketing plan communication. And in this program, we're going to look at each marketing focus within a store, talk about how to make it as effective as possible. And just to keep things challenging, old Bob here is going to give you a test. After each section...
Just to make sure your boners don't break out of their concealments, no genies this time, so buckle up for all the fun we had last time, minus the genie.
Expired.
The video, you'll have the opportunity to get up, take a look at your store, and see how it compares.
He's still hitting me like the main character of Hobgoblins. Like he's talking to that old guy who shows him the starter pistol, and he has to come home and fight Nick with a fucking rake.
To mine. Don't get nervous, only you and your coworkers will know how you're doing. Of course, I'll know.
Of course, they'll have the ability to fire your ass.
But then, I am the master! But with a small cash bribe, my lips are sealed.
And a small dong.
The whole purpose of this is to help you gauge how you're doing and give you some practical tips for improvement. Now, first, a couple words of advice. Obviously, Bob here knows that some stores can't follow every detail of the plan because of their particular store design. Okay, but vendors are paying us to display their product. So let's give them what they pay for. Like if your storefront has 2 tables instead of 3, put the product planned for the 3rd table in a window where it'll get plenty of exposure.
Got no windows? Throw it in the garbage. Fuck that shit. Take the money and run.
Only the coworkers know about your nasty divorce and no visiting time with your kids, but the customers don't care.
Right. They also heard you on that phone call about your sex perversion, too. So now whoopsie daisy there.
Also, there's a couple of general rules to keep in mind. It's always okay to use different versions of the same title in a display. Okay, if you sell out of a featured title, replace it in the display with a substitute.
We're out of MS-DOS. Get us
product, but all
MS-DOS 5.
Always give priority to the titles on the plan. Do not use vendor-supplied signing unless it's in the plan. Sticker all products exactly as indicated. Don't improvise. On all slat walls, end caps, and...
Yeah, this isn't a national comedy theater. It's a software, etc. We don't need anybody going rogue. You can talk like John Wayne, but I don't want you pulling any John Wayne shit in my store.
Demo wall areas, use the appropriate size shelf or peg or...
yeah, it's Gil from The Simpsons. You're right.
To display the product or sign.
Yeah, well, Gil...
Whenever you have to deviate from the plan,
second Genesis.
Put the high priority item in an area with similar visibility. You got it? Good. That was pretty breathtaking. I hope you took notes.
Yo, like in that 10-second spot, he looked and felt exactly like giving... Who? Gary Busey? No. He was giving me James Rolfe vibes. The angry video game nerd. The whole,
kind of.
Like, that was totally AVGN right there.
It kind of reminded me of Dave Coulier for a second.
Okay,
Oh my
Here we
God,
are.
you agreed with me.
Somehow, because you didn't say Gary Busey, and there was actually some similarities, so I was like, hey, that's right. It wasn't like the polar opposite or not anything like it.
That's section
But
one.
not in a polar opposite way. Like, because, there's like, you say that's black, and I go, no, it's white. And you go, that's black, and I go, no, it's blue. It's not the opposite, but it's still 100% wrong. And this wasn't.
Wherein we learn about theme signing. Theme signing.
It's the upside down McDonald's arch. This guy's stealing shit all over the globe.
In broadcast
He
or
wanted to be the
primary
host,
selling
but he
message
did the
to
job.
people
More Dave
outside the
Coulier.
store.
How could you not like America's Funniest People? Sure, it made America's Funniest Home Videos look like gold, and it was like the turd that gold shit out that you had to like step in, but it was there.
It consists of a large overhead bridge, a mall sign, and there can be other supporting units depending on the promotion. These signs have been designed by the signing gurus. Ooh. So, if you follow the planogram,
Hey, Mr. Coulier, Light, remember what you said about not improvising? Let's stick to that.
you get the maximum
Hey,
impact from your
Dave Coulier,
signs.
not only
Okay.
because he's him, but
Is this
because
Impossible
it's
Jagged Little Pill? I like that album, but I'm a
Yeah.
kid of the 90s.
Are you ready for the test? Huh? Stop the tape and go see if your signs look like my signs.
And also see if you can deburr the glory hole in the bathroom. My genitals are all cut up.
Ow.
Did you hear me? Go look at your store. I'll
Seriously?
know if you're out getting a sandwich. You're back, huh?
Did you buy a Sega yet?
Did you miss me? Okay, now be
No.
honest and write down your score. If you're ready for the cover of PC Week, you score a 3.
Or if you're ready to be on the back page of Fun Times magazine, apply at McDonald's.
If you did a
See if
fair
your
job
marriage
with your
looks
theme
like my
signing, give
marriage.
yourself a 2. And if your signs are upside down and backwards, give yourself a 1. Okay, now we're on to the next section.
Okay.
Did your guys' wife keep trying to invite other men into the bedroom? It's making me not feel so good.
Okay, here we are at the famous storefront tables.
famous
These
MS-DOS
things always remind
display.
me of Vegas, but without the showgirls. Okay, now, if you're doing this right, you should be featuring 8 titles on the pillar grids and the same 8 titles in the same order on the table bases. Of course, all sale items get stickers. If you happen to sell out during a promotion, try to cross-merchandise with a substitute product. If you can, use product easels. Ugh. And pull the product forward on the bottom shelves so the customers can
Anyway,
see it as clearly as
My
possible.
score was 69,420. This guy's wife invited another woman into the bedroom, then locked him out.
69,420.
Product is small.
I'm going to buy 20 acres of land 4 miles out of town.
Use more than one box at each location for greater impact. And as always, make sure you use correct signing. Okay, stop the tape again and check out your storefront tables.
Oh, I can't wait to see what FDO's score goes up to. 420.69. I thought that was
How'd
down.
you do?
though.
Don't try to kid old Bob. If you were the spitting image of
No, you
perfection
suck.
or were within spitting distance of it, give yourself a 3. If you were okay, give yourself a 2. And if you couldn't get your mother to buy from you, give yourself a 1.
I never liked. I mean, obviously, because points don't matter, because what are they? Take all the points I've ever been granted in my entire life and put them in a room and see how full it is. But it just feels like kind of a kick in the dick when, since points are free, to go like, hey, if you did a really great job, give yourself 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
Not like 50, not 100, not 1,000, not anything that would be like, hey, good job, 100 points.
No,
Nice
3.
round number. Hey, if you did a good job, you get 3. It's like being a good little boy and like getting 3 jelly beans flicked across the desk at you. I said stalkers.
Okay, now we're entering the wonderful world of shelf talkers. Always face products out when you're using shelf talkers, and only use shelf talkers on features listed in the marketing plan. Those who have been paying attention will notice that our customers get double exposure to these features.
Am
on
I
the
right? Because they see my dick and my balls, too.
storefront tables and in section with the shelf talkers. Now, don't start using shelf talkers everywhere because we'll lose our emphasis, and I cannot give enough emphasis to the importance of emphasis. Was that emphasized enough? Okay, geniuses.
You're
Go
fired.
check your shelf talkers.
Oh my god. Why does everything have to have its own stupid name? Because it's just another, like, shelf talker. It's this thing that says new or sale. Just call it a tag. Your software, etc. What do we bring the genie back? God damn it! I don't want to be stuck in this dimension with Bob anymore.
It's Knob. Let's call him Knob.
Having a conversation with your shelf talkers? Good. So if your shelf talkers talk their way into your heart, give yourself a 3.
Did you guys get 3 for that?
If they speak clearly but not quite forcefully, give yourself a 2. And if what you have is a total failure to communicate, you better give yourself a 1.
Great Cool Hand Luke reference. Which, but here's the thing. Now I've got some questions, because how the fuck did you get 69,000 points on this scale, FDO? Feels like something was happening.
Okay, here we are at the part of the store that's my personal favorite. The end caps.
AKA the butts of the aisles, and I love butts.
As you probably know by now, we feature 2 titles on each end cap.
They represent butt cheeks, the left and the right.
We're repping the product vertically.
FDO's just watched the same video over and over again, so he just adds them all up.
I fucking knew it.
Compatible with the product size. 8 end caps are required for each promotion.
You just see like the camera switch to like look at the screen and there's FDO and then it swings around and just like a bunch of hash marks, but they're all in blood, and he's like keeps watching this video.
3, 3, 3, 3, 3.
Like when Sideshow Bob was using blood instead of a pen. Just use a pen, FDO. I'm not saying stop making the hash marks, but like, yeah, you got so much of that shit.
Use the end cap that face the center aisle of your store. Always, and I repeat, always use signing as indicated. Be especially...
Quit trying to improv. You motherfuckers out there just going half-cock, putting sale signs left and right. Follow the goddamn manual. Again, you want to talk like John Wayne, knock yourself the fuck out. But if I see one sign or shelf talker out of place, I will burn this store to the ground.
Careful with vendor-supplied signing.
Dude can't even make... It's annoying me the whole video. Can't get this thing level, bitch. Like, he keeps touching it. It's Bob, not Rob. Fix that shit!
Yeah.
Never replace one of the required end caps with a discretionary end cap.
Sharpie, FDO. Like, they're cheap and you don't have to cause yourself mutilation.
Display. Okay, now it's time to go look at your end caps. Don't break a leg running over there, huh?
Check out those end caps. Woing. I love the ubiquitous, like the of VHS.
I swear to God, if one shelf talker has a pet corner, I'm bringing it, Tammy.
Do not. Oh my God, Tammy, you don't want to fucking deal. You don't have the skills to fuck with her, son. Do I make myself clear? You do not have the skills to fuck with Tammy.
Can you say,
Brett?
Demo wall? I thought you could.
Why,
and here is a fine example of how a demo wall is.
Demolition Wall, starring Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes. I love that movie. And the fat guy from Beetlejuice.
Supposed to look. Note the placement of signs. Not too high,
the Quattro
not too
Pro.
Low. Products and collateral are accessible to the customer. Counter area is clean.
Whoa, they have Excel?
Nothing here but computers, monitors, displays, and printers. Some people use this area to display excess vendor signing. And that, my friends, is a real no-no.
So why do they do it?
In most stores, you should be able to see your demo wall from outside the store.
Hey, I think I see a demo wall over there. Let's go, guys.
Let's go see it.
You guys see that demo wall over at Software, etc.? Fuck yeah, dude. Grab your orange Julius and let's get moving.
If you hang your signs too high, they might get blocked by storefront architecture. Do the best you can in your particular store.
Michael Keaton, fucking Winona Ryder, big old fat guy.
Okay, stop the tape and go look.
I got 3 points.
Guess who's back?
Oh, God.
How'd you do?
A 1.
Guess who's back? Back again, right? This is the original Slim Shady.
Are you making Bob proud? Well, if your demo wall is a model
Slim
for all of
Shady, has
retailing,
anybody
give
in the
yourself
chat listened to his
3.
new album?
If it does not make you
Should I
nauseous,
get it?
give yourself a 2.
Doesn't it? I don't know, man. No matter how cool the artist, once they're around 20 years, it feels like Could it be? But here's the thing, Eminem is still one of the best out there from what I hear, because I was never a fan. But like, the Rolling Stones are all 90. The ones that are alive are still 90 years old and doing their shit. It's fucking crazy.
Bob is back.
Wonderful.
And if it's staging a demonstration of its own, give yourself a 1.
Finally, some points where it
Well,
matters.
here we are at the window display.
You may notice there are no windows around here. Fuck you.
Only titles
The
featured
end.
in the current plan should be here. Use multiple
DOS.
product boxes for impact, but
Put
don't
one
let
in
your
the
window
chat,
display
y'all.
obstruct the view
What are
into
we
your
putting a one
store.
in the chat for?
Yo, drop a 1 in the chat if you got a 1 on this test, y'all. Drop a 1 in the chat.
That's rule of
It's
thumb
3 a.m. challenge. I'm calling the Grinch, yo. Put a 1 in the chat if you want me to call the Grinch.
is to stand back in the mall and look at your window as a customer would. Those of you with a huge window can display 2 messages. Okay, first,
Those with a small window will have a lot of explaining to do that you know how to use it, even though it's not that big.
You gotta call the Grinch.
The ladies.
the one in the marketing plan, and second, a complimentary
It's in the 3 a.m.
cross-merchandise
challenge.
product. If your store doesn't have a front display area, find an alternate
Put it in the
location
back.
to display the product and signing. If nothing else, highlight those titles with a shelf talker in section. Okay, now go check out your window display.
Is his tie like super long? Or do men's ties usually go to your crotch?
It depends on, because I have a huge collection of ties. So yeah, they can run the gamut of thin and long to short and thick and everywhere in between. Because I've got some ties, if you don't tie them right, they will hang down to about ball level. It just depends on when they were made, the material, and like what suit or whatever you're going to pair it with. And you know, tall people get tall ties, and you don't know what you're going to get when you're buying a tie unless you put it on. If you're buying in bulk, you're
Life
who's
is
gonna-
like a box of ties.
like a box of ties. Sometimes they go a little low and they take your balls.
These are vendor-supplied signs. This one is not on the marketing plan, so sorry.
Oh, damn.
Oh, no, Acme
Of course,
software.
the plan does call for vendor displays.
Lemmings. That's what it calls for.
Put them where they belong, just like it says in the plan. Careful, don't block
Stop improvising, you idiots. Just read the fucking plan.
traffic. If the display is too big for your store, dismantle it and use the sign from the display
Dismantle
in an
the
alternate
establishment and
location.
overthrow the authority.
Okay, go check your vendor displays. I'll wait here.
Man, the parts in between, like stopping the video to get a 1 in the chat, are getting shorter and shorter.
Is it Christmas time where you are, Bob?
Looking good, are we? Okay,
Right. Well, he started with a Christmas Carol and then sort of trailed off into If I Only Had a Brain.
give yourself a 3. Or did you deserve a 2? Or a 1?
Do you need a thick fiver?
Should you just
Or
quit your
what?
job?
No cheating now. Remember, Bob knows all.
Ryan?
Bob?
What?
What?
Okay,
Fiver?
folks, moving right along to video game cartridges.
Now he's referencing a Muppet movie? I think the Muppets. Is it just the Muppet movie where they sing Moving Right Along? It's Gonzo and Fozzie and Kermit in the Studebaker. Maybe Gonzo isn't there yet. Maybe it's just Fozzie and, yeah, it's got to be the Muppet movie where he's like playing the banjo.
Ryan?
He runs into Gonzo. They traded in the Studebaker. Moving right along, you know. You guys know what movies are.
Type of one
Remember,
in the chat if you
game
know what David's
cartridges are
talking
displayed
about.
as
yeah, so
empty
Gonzo
boxes.
wasn't there yet.
So get to your customer right
I
away.
want to go to Hollywood. I always felt so bad for that guy. Like watching that movie, I love the Muppets, but watching that part always made me feel so sad for that giant hairy monster. Because they go, hey, it's like a road trip movie for Muppets, and they find this giant Muppet monster. They go, we're gonna go to Hollywood. He goes, oh, and like he runs off, and they go, oh, well, I guess he doesn't want to go. So they drive off, and he's like, oh, I want to go to Hollywood. I always felt so bad for that bastard.
Way to ask how you can help. Video games should be merchandised by section, and all titles should be faced out. Our Real Deal promotion is designed to highlight individual
Real
titles
deals.
and offer instant discounts. These can really draw customers back into the store.
Yeah, people are tired of filling out postcards to get $2.50 on a check in the mail.
Follow the instructions in your marketing plan for the display of
Someone
Real
come and
Deal
get us. We're
coupons. And don't forget the
Saskatchewan.
proper video game merchandising includes the display of the Real Deal counter card at cash wrap and stuffing every bag with a real deal flyer. By the way, make sure that all your flyers...
Make sure you ask them if they want a credit card, a subscription to a magazine that won't exist in 3 seconds, and a bunch of other annoying shit to make sure they never want to come back and deal with you because Amazon doesn't ask you a single stupid fucking question.
And coupons are current. Okay, did you get an eyeful here? Stop the tape and go check your video game cartridges.
Already? What the?
Etc. TV.
Okay, here's our in-store video.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
ETC TV is to be played at all times.
Right, and that's another weird thing that must have... I don't think it made it past like 2002, because video game stores, like I remember walking into GameStop and there'd be like GameStop TV, where it was like an MTV style ripoff, where like instead of the VJs that were always like running around getting mad on the street,
they're talking about games.
Yeah, they were going around talking to developers or like people at cons or whatever, and like shit. Because you as the consumer go like, oh, that's just something that no one ever watches. But the store was putting money into that. Like, no, they weren't doing it for free.
And they do like gameplay stuff. And...
Yeah, and it's just like something you'd look up and go like, oh.
There it is.
Okay, I guess I'll take this in 15-second chunks every time I'm in until they change the video.
Mm-hmm.
It's pre like YouTube proliferation. And even if they did make that readily available, who's going to watch like unknown people talk about video games to weirdos at I guess that's podcasting now, so that's the thing.
I know that after you've heard the tape 50 times or so, you might like to
FTO.
Turn off the sound. But remember, leave it turned up enough so your customers can hear as well as see our in-store TV advertising. And naturally, training videos like this one shouldn't be viewed in public, even though your customers would get a big kick out of you.
Uh-oh.
Yours truly.
Oops.
Well, I mean, no.
Okay, stop the tape. You know the routine.
Don't show this to the
You're
public.
watching
Make sure you sign all your NDAs.
ETC TV at software, etc.
Now that was simple. Give yourself a 3, a 2, or a 1.
Well, we don't have a TV.
There was
behind
no
us.
like. I mean, not only are the segments getting shorter, like the acting is getting less involved, and this is where we should have been. Like he should be at the level he is now when interacting with that genie and all those dead-eyed corporate stooges.
Yes. Something that just popped in my head.
Okay,
The new Rolling
the
Stones
next
album
section
is
brings me
actually
to where I'm
solid.
currently standing, which is good.
I don't know. Here's the thing, guys. Everything is subjective, and if you're a fan of something, you're gonna like anything that thing is associated with. I mean, by and large, like someone would have to swing like way far left or right out of their comfort zone. Like, but this happened to me. Like the first few albums that OK Go put out was like great, and then like Out of the Clear Blue Sky or whatever that was called, like most of it just felt like, what is it doing here? There was a couple of hits, but it just felt like when you buy an album of your favorite band and they just decided to go like crazy atonal industrial all of a sudden, when before it was like a barbershop duet, you go like, this is fucked.
Like Hootie and the Blowfish turning into a country singer. Darius Rucker.
Right, but he didn't go like, it's now like Hootie and the Country Fish. He like dissolved the band and like went on to do a different thing. That wasn't like a lineage thing.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm sure the Rolling Stones album is good if you like the Rolling Stones. And, you know, I shouldn't say I can't believe, because like if you're in it for the art, which most people, you know, how can you say is like genuine, the fact they're putting out new music must mean that they have the will to create, because they definitely don't need any more money.
Since I'm absolutely exhausting, make that exhausted.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you're getting tired just
FTO is
watching
pretty
me work,
critical when it
right?
comes to music.
Okay, let's talk cash wrap.
Well,
As you can see,
I'll take your
mine here
recommendation.
is the
Do you like Dream
image
Theater?
of perfection, because
FTO?
I am the master. Okay, note the stock-up signing and new
Okay. He's so done with this.
disc displays. Not too high, not too low. Only products on the plan are included in my display. A few impulse items are accessible, but I've added them tastefully so they don't become a bother. No one's...
Yeah, there's 2 ink cartridges for some bubble jet printer. Hey, you guys have an impulse to buy this shit? No, we don't own one. Fuck!
Sightly paperwork is inside of the customer. Also, I have a handy supply of shopping guides. so I can grab one to greet each customer as they come in.
Hey, would you like a guide?
Have you feasted your eyes enough? Pause tape.
Holy shit. There's still another minute
It's me.
of this.
Bob. So, did you take a rap on your cash rep? Well, we hope not. Anyway, if your cash wrap looked at all like mine, score yourself a 3. If you did an average job, give yourself a 2, and if you were positively miserable, score a 1.
Are they supposed to, like, in between these sections, like, go and face product and shelf space and merchandise? Or are they just, like, looking at it to see if the one that they have access to looks like the one on the tape?
I don't know.
I'm confused.
Not much of a fan, but I've listened to Metropolis Part 2. That one's good. My favorite album of Dream Theater is Dreams from a Memory is my absolute favorite album of theirs.
You know who I think gets short shrift? The Gypsy Kings. I was just listening to, like, whatever. I was in an office, satellite office for work, and me and this person, we never worked together hardly before, and they go, oh, you want some music? I said, I listen to anything from... I just threw out 2 bands that I knew were totally dissimilar. I said the Gypsy Kings to like OTEP, right? So we listened to the Gypsy Kings all day, and goddamn do I love the Gypsy Kings. There are some instruments out there like Spanish guitar, the banjo, the saxophone that just go unsung in our society, though they are the backbones of what make us feel.
1.
The Gypsy Rose.
Well, I know time flies when you're having fun, but this does bring us to the end of our little test.
Thank God.
Okay, for the heck of it, take a little time and add up your score.
I got 4.
If you scored 28 or better, pat yourself on the back. You are doing...
Holy shit, FDO, don't break your spine.
Doing a bang-up job. If you scored around 20, take heart. There's hope for you. Really.
Take heart, gentle traveler. Leave this tavern and roll your dice and travel through all the dungeons to fight all the skeletons, and you too can be better at software etc.
If you scored 15 or less,
You're
well,
fired.
you might want to consider a career in the housekeeping industry.
Because you're obviously a woman with a broken-ass vagina.
Okay, remember, if you need to brush up a bit,
Make me a sandwich or a steak,
you can always watch
depending on our budget.
this tape again
We're now married.
for a little refresher course. I know, you just be watching to get another look at me, but I'll never tell. Anyway, it's time for me to open the store. Considering how good this place looks, they're gonna be busting down the doors to get in here.
Hey, it's the genie. She's back.
Oh my God.
You see what I mean? Nobody can resist this visual merchandising stuff.
I'm a little annoyed that our 1001 Arabian Nights turned out to be like 500 and a half. I'll take it to 501 because we did get a little bit of the genie at the end, but not in her genie costume. I'm very disappointed.
Stuff.
Steak
when you
sandwich.
do it right.
Not in the budget. Poison pizza? I'm not making 2 stops.
Absolutely nobody.
Now she's gonna pork that genie in her new. That looks like Marge's pink Chanel suit, right?
Yeah.
A lot of references happening tonight. Now, I realize that's everything that I had told you about. However, if you guys are willing, you got a little time to kick around, I do have a Dunkin' Donuts training video about sampling their new latte product.
I mean, I'm all for coffee, so.
And so it's only 5 minutes. And when I found it, it immediately reminded me of something that happened to me and / us in the recent present-ish. I'll just tell you the story really quick because the sample thing made me go, I remember this, and it's fucking annoying. There's a little yogurt shop, frozen yogurt shop down the street, right? They also sell like water and ice. So I take my big 5-gallon jug to get some, whatever. Why can't I think of the word? The type of water that isn't alkaline that they sell. Purified. Jesus Christ. So you get some purified water because I used it in my mead making. Ta-da. This bitch, it's like got a handful of these little, the type of cups you put the ketchup in at McDonald's
those little
or Wendy's or
paper
whatever.
ones.
Yeah. So she's like getting all these samples, eating her heart's content. I go, Jesus Christ, bitch, you ever going to buy anything? So she finally comes through the line after we paint. She goes, can I get 5 more sample cups? I would go like, no, no, you want 5 more? She had a grip of them before that. And like, you know, and then when she like, now it's time to buy. It's like, bloop, 85 cents an ounce. She walked out with like $2.15 because she ate 9 pounds for fucking free.
Yeah.
Whatever. And that's what we're going to learn about here is about samples. I hope you guys enjoy it. Got to allow for VCR tracking.
Yep.
Oh, also, this guy is very scary. Because I watched a little bit of it, obviously.
101.
101.
Hi, I'm Chris
Yeah.
Bear, and I work on the Dunkin' Donuts marketing team. Now that we're
Hi.
getting ready to launch our line of espresso beverages, it's time to tell our customers about these delicious drinks. And one of the best ways to do that is by product sampling.
The director said, okay, dude, take one deep breath and read as much of this cue card as you can within that lungful.
Make
Ready,
sure you
go.
focus
There's
solely
no
on
better
the
way
cue
to show
card.
customers how good these drinks really are than to let them taste them for themselves. In the next few minutes, we're going to talk about key points for product sampling, and we'll look at a few sampling scenarios. Maybe sampling is old hat to you, or maybe it's your first time. To help make it easy for you, we'll send an espresso sampling kit to every Dunkin' Donuts store.
It's basically a small package of tiny cups. You'll fill one of the tiny cups, and you'll hand it to the asshole who doesn't want to buy it yet, and hope they'll want to.
He's a Zuckerberg.
Oh, yeah, a little
To
bit.
get your sampling kit, look inside for the enclosed sampling guide. It'll tell you everything you need to know to make perfect latte samples every time.
Just pour a little latte into the cup. I'm Mr. Duncan.
Now let's go over a few key points for sampling, and
Oh,
then
so many
we'll
key
look at
points.
some
How do we
actual
choose which
examples of
ones,
our
though?
sampling team in action. Key point number 1 is to know the products and be excited
This is Slim Down Micro Machines guy.
about them. Your attitude makes all the difference for the customer's first latte experience at Dunkin' Donuts. Now let's take a look at John the Sampler.
Better latte than never, right, guys? You guys want to talk about spilled milk and crying over it?
He's not very enthusiastic about our new line of lattes. John's never had a latte. He doesn't know much about the product.
You can't
And he's
appreciate
not
a
very
latte.
excited to be sampling today.
When did they start offering like baskets of dill pickles? Like, oh yeah, I'll take let's see, a Bear Claw, the Long John, the Rainbow Sprinkles, and like 6 of those kosher dills.
Let's see how John's doing.
What is his arms?
Can I help you, sir?
His arms like that.
Hi, want to try a sample? Sample of what? It's
My jizz.
latte. It's new.
It's a
I'm trying. What are
fucking
you made
donut.
of, anyways? I don't know. It's latte. But is it real latte or just a powdered drink?
Oh my god.
Don't know, dude. It's latte.
It's a powdered shrink. Dude, you're in Dunkin' Donuts. What do you think it is?
This guy, the cashier reminds me of the dude at Ross. I went there today and we got his Elliot's shoes from there the last time. It was the same dude, and he's like, "I gotta ask you guys, do you want to sign up for a credit card?" Like, it's not a local reference. Ross is a fucking chain.
Right, no, but like the reference is so local. It's just you and me who lived through this. So now you're telling me a story about something we witnessed that no one's going to have any basis of.
So like every job you've talked about? Oh.
Right, but I don't go, hey, remember that time you and I did that thing? He was there again.
Like the yogurt
Viewer?
place. A lot of what? Seinfeld bass.
Latte. It's new. You can have one if you want one.
Oh, no, just forget. Thank you.
I didn't want the fucking donuts
John wasn't
anymore.
very convincing, was he? Now let's see
Don't forget your free pickle.
how Sally's doing. Sally loves lattes. She knows the product, and she's very excited about sampling.
She likes
Let's
to
take a
twitch her
look.
head.
Here comes this fucking. Here comes Horsehead Kick Ted, fresh off his first kick. Good job, son. I'm gonna go get a donut. Yeah, I would like a sample of latte. Yeah.
Good morning and welcome to Dunkin' Donuts. Would you like to try a sample of our new latte? It's this really great espresso drink and it's so wonderful. It's made with steamed milk and a real shot of espresso, and it's got the frothy stuff on top, and they make it a caramel and muggle swirl. Oh, it's so yummy. And
Muggle swirl?
they're regular too, and they can make it sweet for you or they can make it unsweetened, whatever way you want, with real milk, whole milk, or skim milk. It's so delicious. I had 3 this
Oh yes, she's slowly morphing into the Micro Machines woman. They're gonna become man and wife hopefully soon.
morning. I'm gonna have 2 after my break, and then later I'm gonna have 5. And then after that, I think I'm gonna meet my boyfriend.
Thank you, Sally. Well, now you've seen 2 ways to do it. The best approach is probably right in the middle.
Right, because we got someone overacting and someone horrifyingly underacting, and the right decision is probably somewhere in the middle.
This one time at band camp.
Now, let's take a look at key point number 2, appearance. Some say appearance is everything. The samples and the person delivering the samples should look neat and clean.
Micro Machines minis.
Would you rather take a latte from this person or from this person?
Either.
Now, what about those customers who can be a little challenging? Not everybody.
Not for nothing, but have we progressed far enough as a society to realize that it's unfair to make fun of people who lose their teeth due to bad oral hygiene? We can't make fun of fat people because it's not their fault, right? She lost her tooth. That's not her fault. She can't help that she loves eating sugar or doing meth. Acceptance, people. Tolerance, etc.
Not everybody likes to try new things, but there are ways to convince even the toughest customers. Now that Sally's calmed down a little bit, let's see how she handles this one.
Yeah, most people have really difficult time accepting free things. One thing I know about people is they constantly want to pay, and maybe too much for things. That's what it sounds.
Good morning and welcome to Dunkin' Donuts. Would you like to try a sample of our new Mocha Swirled Latte?
Latte? Latte? What's latte? Is that some kind of code for something?
Latte?
Is that like some kind of fancy, smancy new drink? Some new plot to get more money out of me? You're gonna raise the prices next? This is a conspiracy. You're working with aliens to take over the planet, aren't you? Yeah, I know about you people. What's that camera over there? What's those monitors? What's everybody looking at me for? I read about this stuff on the internet. And it's all about the face on Mars and the Bermuda Triangle. Yeah.
Now, obviously, if this ever happens, call 911 immediately. Don't even entertain any more questions from the FDO likes this guy. On the same wavelength.
Yeah, you're working with aliens to take over the planet. You're not getting anything out of me, Latte.
Sir?
So, did you want, like, even a donut? Like,
what did you come here for?
Like, this is the nth degree of people losing their mind over venti versus large, right? Like, pull your head out of your ass, everybody. Like, the comedians had their day with it. Let's just be over with it.
Calm down. It's not like that at all. It's true that lattes do cost a little bit more than regular coffee, but that's just because there's a stronger shot of coffee and it's made with real steamed milk.
Oh, wow, that really puts my conspiracy theory-addled brain at ease.
And now at Dunkin' Donuts,
I no longer think the president or the royalty of the UK are reptilians.
you can come and get a real latte at a great value.
Oh, you can always come and get a real latte.
And now let's see how John handles another challenging customer.
You never want to tell someone who's wigging out to calm down if you aren't like intimately familiar with them, because that's the one thing that will make them kill you, probably.
He has the they live glasses but contact lenses.
Whoa!
Good morning. Welcome to Dunkin' Donuts. Would you like to try a sample of our new Mocha Swirl Latte? It's a real espresso beverage made with steamed milk and a decadent mocha swirl on top.
I don't want anything new. I come in here every morning. I get the same regular coffee, the same size, at the same time. I drive the same route to get here.
Why not
I even
just
wear the
say
same
no
clothes every day. I'm not interested in your new latte. I want my coffee.
Why won't my husband have sex with me anymore? Do you know?
Why don't I go through the drive-thru?
Well, ma'am, you could still get your regular coffee the same way every morning. That hasn't changed at all. But in the afternoon, if you want to treat yourself to something new, something exciting...
Treat yourself.
Well, then a mocha swirl or a caramel swirl latte is just the thing for you.
Well, those are just a few tips for sampling new lattes at Dunkin' Donuts. See your sampling guides for more information, and remember, appearance is everything.
Here's the thing about that. You're going to give yourself a latte in the afternoon, which is stronger than coffee, but then people will just say that'll keep me up all night. So why would you advertise something that's stronger coffee in the afternoon versus in the morning?
Who are you, an actor in this commercial?
You don't want to be out there looking like this person.
Oh, yeah, she's Malcolm in the Middle's mom. What the hell's her name?
Like, real name?
Like her actor. What's her name?
Not a fucking clue. Did not enjoy Malcolm in the Middle, nor did I watch it when I was forced to.
Was she the same mom from... No. Never mind. As Everybody Loves Raymond?
Absolutely not. But they were both women. So you got that. They had hair that was a similar color.
It's
facial
been a long
features.
time since I've seen
voice,
Malcolm in the Middle.
Acting career, very different. But we're getting closer, people. Let's give a round of applause. For the first time ever, Krista got close to a reference and didn't think they were Gary Busey. All right, guys.
No reaction.
All right.
Thank you, Gary Busey.
That being said, special thanks to Gary Busey for never being far from our hearts or your name from our lips. But that's all I got for you. So now you can become a hostess at McDonald's or a host. We never found out how to be a host. I don't know how having a dong would change the job, but it might. So keep that in mind. Software, etc. I was really hoping for something hardcore at the end. Like, and not for nothing. When she showed up in the pink suit, I go, now it's time she's going to whip it off and start shaking those cans. Nope. Done. Whatever. And then we don't. Again, how do you give them the samples? You got the kit, which again, I was right. Simply just small cups and the ability not to scare someone off by being a weirdo.
Shrimply the best. Can you play the spaghetti drop, please?
I dropped my sauce on the floor. God!
So there you have it. I don't know if this guy's, or if this helped you guys at all. I hope it did. I hope you were able to somehow take these skills and parlay them into your current or future career paths. I don't know you. I don't know what you're doing right now, but it definitely feels like we didn't learn much.
I don't think no.
Man, I was nowhere near even half-mast. I go, Jeannie, now here's a sexual perversion we might be able to lean into. Nothing. And they even flirted with the idea. Right?
FDO is now ready to walk into his local McDonald's and take action.
Yeah. Walk in, FDO, please. Say, hey, guess what? I am now a certified hostess/host. When you wear a wig, I don't care. However you want to get in there, it's whatever subterfuge, be your own. Get in there. I can totally get you some sort of certificate that will look official in no time.
I can make that.
And then let's follow up on this tour, guys, right? Someone got a pocket pen camera and get behind the scenes.
The
and
glasses. Just wear a pair of
whatever
glasses
you want to
with
do.
the
I don't
camera.
care. Again, the GoPro on the head, the glasses, you can do a pen. They've got little pocket cameras. I don't care what you fucking do.
If it doesn't work out, Duncan is also close by.
Right.
Perfect.
You always have that. But you'll only really have any sort of ability to give out samples. And from what I understand, you need to smile and make money and not be a bitch and give out free shit. So that might have done you a little bit of a disservice. So, but that's what we got. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for showing up and having some fun with us. I appreciate it. We'll be back next week for more, probably, because there's always more to go over and always more stuff I want to show you guys and be like, isn't this crazy? But until next time, that is it. So, yeah, that's it. That's it. I'm out of here. Bye.
Bye.
Smell you later.
Or they try to.
Fistful of Podcasts Radio.